Then the structure of the session. So she'll be handling a project until lunchtime. Then after lunchtime, we'll just do embedding our website. So we'll also try to embed in our website. We have the local version in our PC. So we'll try to embed some number figures to one. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Benta take over. In case of any question, I think you guys can help moderate. So Petronila. Perfect. So how?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Benta Auma, one of the students at LuxDev, and I'm privileged to take you guys through Power BI today. And the reason for being assigned this task was the experience that I've gained in the short time that I've been in LuxDevHQ. Okay, I started this program in January, and through the sacrifice that we've always made and the practice that I've been doing, I've managed to apply for several roles in the data analytics, sites, and I've been able to attend several interviews since the start of this year. I can start by mentioning the Tana opportunity that Harun did shared with us here on, the opportunities that he always share with us. When I applied for the Tana opportunity, the first time I tried to apply for that role was back last year, when I had a few friends who were passionate about the data and had more skills than I did. When I started, they normally give you a few assessments, which entails 10 questions per module. 10 questions SQL, 10 questions Power BI, 10 questions Python, and I think, Excel. So the first time I did it, I failed it terribly. But after joining LuxDev, I felt that, okay, you can normally apply to it after every 3 months. I felt that I now have these skills at hand. And when I attempted the questions, for sure they were simple. And I managed to move to the next step, which was interviewing, but I didn't proceed with that role since it was an internship. And currently I'm employed, but in a different career sector. So I continued applying for jobs. And right now, as from where I work, I managed to get an opportunity to join the data analytics team, and the interviewing process was successful. I'm now waiting for the appointment letter from the HR. What I can say, guys, every sacrifice that you make, every small opportunity that you get, kindly just do more practice, and that effort will never go into loss. It will pay you. When that right time comes, you will get something out of it. My practical interview was majorly on SQL, and through the classes that we've had with Bree and Caleb, I was able to write the complex SQL queries, even up to the extent that the interviewers were amazed and they were pleased. It showed them that not only am I passionate and interested, but I also have the skills. So I'll take you guys through Power BI, and in case of any questions or any corrections, you can feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. So Harun, I had shared with you the data sets that I'll use to teach this class. You can post it to the channel so that each and every one of us can have access to it. And then as I start teaching, we can be doing it practically as they ask also questions wherever they feel like. Thank you. Hi, Harun.
Yes, Harun has stepped out for a minute, but
Okay.
I believe the data set was shared. No, it's different. It's a different one, not the power.
Yeah.
Okay, he's sharing just a minute.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wingi WhatsApp kwa hiyo
I can see he has shared the dataset in the group. Thank you, Haron. You can all download, and once you're good, you can notify me so that we start. Can it be shared here? Really? Can we share an attachment on Google Meet? I doubt. Check. This one. Are you in the general group for cohort 6? Nyambu, hi. Are you in class today, Nyambu?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you're welcome. You can tell me once you've downloaded the data set so that you can start.
I've downloaded on my side. It's okay.
It's okay. Who has an issue with the data, or are we all good so that you can proceed? You can react with a thumbs up if you are good. It's okay. Thanks. So I'll just start briefly. As you know, Power BI is a Microsoft solution that is normally used for data preparation, data cleaning. Okay, Mary Kariuki, we'll give you a second. Data cleaning and data modeling, then data visualizations. As we all know, we have 3 components of Power BI. Majorly, we have the data Power BI desktop, and then followed by Power BI service or the online platform, and then the Power BI mobile. I don't know if all of you, or has anyone tried to interact with the Power BI for the mobile? If you happen to have done so, you'll notice that it's just used for purely viewing your dashboards that you've created on the Power BI desktop. So the major tool that us as data analysts use is the Power BI desktop for practice and for doing end-to-end data cleanups and the data visualizations. I hope, maybe you can let us know once you are good so that we start. You can just chat on the chat box. And then guys, okay, if you're good, that's okay. I'll also try create a session where I'll guide on how to apply for the Tana internship role that I'll talk to Haron later, and then I'll reach out so that I guide you guys on how to reach the second part of it. Okay. So I'll proceed to share my screen. Kindly confirm to me that you can all see my screen. Victoria, you can't see my screen? Okay. Yeah, I'm sharing the Power BI, let me say, yeah, the Power BI page of the screen. Okay, thank you. So this will be an interactive session. If you have a question, you can just raise. Dataset shared. Okay, so we are good to go. What we'll do, share. So as we know, we normally, before you start Power BI visualization, or let me say data analysis, you will have to have a data set somewhere that you will need to move it or query it directly to your Power BI. So for this analysis, I decided that you're going to use an Excel workbook. So you can click on the blank report. Each and every one of you can click on blank report on your Power BI desktop. And then you'll proceed to the get data, or you cannot, if you know, or if you are sure of the data set that you are working with. For example, I know that my data set is an Excel workbook. You can just click on the Excel workbook that is to the left, to the right of the get data, or you can click on get data drop down, and then you select Excel workbook. If this data, or let me say, if the flat file was a CSV file, and then you select Excel workbook, ikikulid kwa machine yako, if you search for your data set, you want to be able to see it. So you need to understand the, let me say, the file that you're dealing with or the file that you're working with also as part of your, let me say, as part of your day-to-day activities. So to click now, I'll select the Power Store Global Excel worksheet. Each and everyone can attempt that. So maybe ni explain briefly. Ukiwa na an Excel sheet that you want to use for analysis, let me say, for my sample, nilitengeneza a data set that has 4 tables. When you're dealing with it as Excel, utaita sheets. So on Excel, if you open this data as Excel, utaona we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. But on Power BI, it has ijua kama different tables. So when this pop-out comes, you have to click on all those tables. So for instance, you didn't require any of one of these tables, utaiacha bila kuclick, and then you'll just click the ones you need for your analysis. For our case, we need all the 4 tables. So you will click on the 4 tables, then you'll proceed to say, at times you can transform the data or you can load. But the good practice, or let me say what I normally do most of the time, is just loading the data first. So we can all load the data. Once the data is fully loaded, utaona the data pane that is to the left, itakuja EGX.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yes?
Are you sharing your entire screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing my Power BI, yeah. The Power BI, let me say, the Power BI screen.
I think there's some things. No, you're not sharing the entire screen. There's some things we don't.
Okay. Let me reshare. Okay, give me a second. I close some tabs here. Thanks. But in the meantime, you guys can continue to import the data to Power BI.
Benta. Hello.
Nyambu?
You're saying we use the Excel workbook.
Use the Excel workbook.
All right.
Yeah. Like una import kama Excel. The flash file is Excel, si CSV. Juu ukifinya CSV utaona you won't see the flash file on the machine, si ndio? Haitakuonyesha. So ukiclick on the Excel, ndita populate. So kidogo ndashare entire screen in a minute. Okay. So I'm sharing my entire screen. Yeah. So nilikuwa nasema Once data imeload successfully, kama hujapata any errors, to the right of your, let me say, Power BI page, utaona the data pane, ita expand and it will show you all the tables that you had or that have been imported successfully. If you click on the drop down, utakuwa able kuona some of the, or all the columns that are in each and every table. I hope all of you can see my screen now. Yeah, click on products, utakuwa able kuona the columns zenye ziko hapo, shipments, yeah, utaona all the columns. So kama kila kitu iko sawa, itakurudishia bila any error. But if we had an issue here at the view recovered files, ungeona something, or like, let me say, inge throw an error na inge kuexplainia why you are encountering that error. So we can all load our data na mkiwa ready mtaniambia.
Benta, me, I have a concern.
Okay.
Once I open my Power BI, nikienda hapo kwa get data and then I choose the Excel workbook. When I choose the Excel workbook,
yeah,
I seem not to locate my data, though it is downloaded.
You can share your screen, we see.
Data set inaitwa super.
Yeah, load data. Bernard, you load data, not transform for now. Yeah, hiyo ya super.
Superstore.
Yeah, Superstore Global.
Let me just share you, see.
It's okay. Ukienda under downloads, hapo kwa local disk, see? I get data. Unaweza rudi huko kwa documents, rudi kwa HP. Scroll juu. Huku to the left. Hii nini unaona hiyo ya hebu scroll juu. To the left side. Hadi uone penye kuna downloads juu, si kama umedownload iko under your downloads. That's why hauioni. Inafaa ukue kwa part ya downloads, hp/downloads something. I want you to scroll juu here. Yeah, click on downloads hapo chini. Or you can also save it. Vile wamekwambia hapo, after downloading you ensure you've saved it. Ebu search here. Superstore. Hapa kwa search downloads. To the right ya hapo hivyo. Ebu download tena we see. Ama ukisha download unaweza enda click on save. Juu at times so unapata ni download but kama uja save haitaji. So after download unaweza click on save kwanza. Yeah. Kisha save as ndio uendelee.
Sawa, let me try it and then kuambia.
Take your time tu. Usinini, si unaweza nini tu, unaweza save kwanza then you import it.
Sawa.
Who else has an issue? Kama uko sawa unaweza react na thumbs up. Yeah, it's okay. I think most of us are good. Let's give Mary some few minutes ndio tuendelee to the next thing. You can be checking on the tables just to familiarize with the columns zenye ziko hapo. I said we load first to transform. Transforming is just part of data cleaning. So we load, then we will transform them.
Benta,
Yes.
everything is okay. Thank you. Imefanya.
It's okay. So we can continue.
Yeah.
Let me proceed to share my screen. You can all see my screen. So ukisha nini, after download data yako na import to Power BI. Okay, whatever we've done is what is called import. Ukisikia watu wanakuambia ati Power BI can fetch data, ama let's say unaweza get data to Power BI through two methods. One is import method and the second one is direct query. Ile direct query majorly inatumikanga tukitumia hizi, let me say, the relational databases like the Postgres that we use in class. Sasa kama utaki ku move your data or a copy of it to Power BI, ndio unatumianga direct query. Like after you make the connection string to Power BI, you will be querying that database directly from your Power BI platform without moving the data here. But the moment you may move hapa, hiyo ndio inaitwa import, the import method of data analysis in Power BI. So ukiangalia hapa, we have the report view where we will do, yes?
Please repeat your last point. I feel like harakisha lose at some point.
Oh, it's okay, sorry. So nilikuwa na explain, like we know ama unaweza ulizwa kwa interview the two methods that are used to get data in Power BI, or let me say to access the data in Power BI. We have the import method and the direct query method. Ukisikia direct query method, just from the word direct query, hiyo data haikuji kwa Power BI. Una connect Power BI to your, let's say, Postgres SQL database through the connection string, enye most of us wamelearn na wengine mtalearn next week. Ukisha connect, there will be communication between the two systems. Just the same way tunasemanga Ivan inatusaidianga connect to our database. So you'll be accessing that data that sits in the database here on Power BI for visualization. But the import method ndio hii yenye una move your tables to Power BI. Unaona ama your data sasa. Unajua hii data imekaa ina utilize space in Power BI. So time yenye data ni mingi sana, maybe tuseme ile yenye inaweza slow down the slow down the Power BI operation, ndio watu hutumia direct query, but majorly or most of the time for us beginners tunatumianga hii import method. Yeah, I think that's clear now, or I hope. Mko sawa? Yeah, it's okay. So tunaweza endelea. I wanted to give a briefing of these icons that tunaona on our left side. Ya kwanza ni the report view, which is where we normally do our visualizations na the coming up with the dashboards that we require. Secondly, kuna the table view, which is majorly the view of the data set yenye tumemove to Power BI, and then the model view. Hapa ndio penye hizo mambo na relationships na how these tables are related huwa zina come in place ama we work with. So we'll proceed to our table view. Ukiclick on table view, unaona itakulodia data ya table yenye iko. Unaona to your right, uta notice that one of the tables is kind of grayed. Hiyo ndio table yenye na data yake inakuwa populated this side. Una notice that we have customer ID, customer name. These are details about this customer. So, alafu hapo chini to the left bottom, unaona we have the count of rows. So we are dealing with 51,290 rows for our analysis. I'll proceed to the orders table. Inakupea all the columns zenye uko nazo. Unaweza scroll downwards, but utanote too the consistency should, lazima uwe na consistency in number of rows at times, but hiyo pia tutaangalia later. Uta proceed to product table. Unaona tuko na hizo 4 columns. Una proceed to shipment. Unaona bado you'll be able to see all your columns that are in that table. So after familiarize na your tables na the data that you are working with, we can now proceed to the next step of our analysis, which is the data cleaning or data transformation. As most of you are asking me, are we loading or transforming? So at times it's good, or it's a good practice to load all your data, then you start cleaning it here. after umesha import. So you can come back to your report view, then you'll click on this transform data icon. Sijui kama mnaona screen. You click on transform data, then you yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Some of our participants are not well versed with Kiswahili, so probably we should just keep it in English. Yeah.
It's okay. Well noted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Sorry for that. So you're going to click on transform data, then you'll select this transform data that comes on that drop down. Once you've clicked on that transform data that comes there, we'll have the privilege of transforming our data table by table. So this is going to be an interactive session, and maybe I'll just like to get from the class, when you hear of cleaning or data transformation, which are the key highlights that we should be looking at in our tables, you can drop the suggestions here on the chat so that we work with what you guys are telling me. Yeah, missing values, that's correct. Duplicates, correct. Blank and missing values, yeah, that's correct. Then, yeah, checking data types, correct. Duplicates, column formats, yeah. Blanks, yeah, I think we are all right, and thanks for that. So we'll proceed, and yeah, inconsistency, yeah, and data types, yeah, all those that you're suggesting are correct. So my approach will be, we can start with remove duplicate. So whenever we talk about remove duplicates, or let me say when you have a table, always be able to identify your primary key. Okay, primary key here, I mean, like you should be able to identify a column that uniquely identify each and every record in your data set. So for instance, in our customer table, we have the customer ID. This is going to be our primary key for this table. So whenever you want to remove duplicates, unafaa utumie you should be using, yeah. Yes, Nyambu?
You can increase the font. You can barely see.
Okay.
Yeah.
My font is very small because I'm trying to increase it, but it's talking. Let me try to drop this here. Is it any better? And collapse this as well. What about now? I've collapsed everything to the right and to the left.
It is still very small.
It's still very small because I'm using my machine. I am not projecting on any other screen, so I think that's the reason as to why it's still very small. Or are you able to share yours so that I guide? Yes?
Okay, then I can share.
Yeah, you can share yours to clean data na yako one table, then someone else will share his or hers as we proceed.
All right, then you can unshare.
Okay. Yeah, I dropped my screen. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Excuse me.
Yes.
At the bottom of the Power BI screen, you should be able to see a kind of bar towards the right-hand side that helps to magnify the percentage or the size of what the screen is showing. At the very bottom, the tab, at the very bottom of the screen, the Power BI.
Yeah. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah. Thank you. It's okay, thanks. So she can share her screen. We clean one of the table, then I'll share. Thanks for that. Yeah. Nyambu, you can continue. You had already clicked on, kindly go back to view, under view of the video. You can unselect the column quality so that this drop down of any column analysis, it's okay. Ama niseme hiyo, yeah, hivyo. Thank you. So you want us to clean which table using your data set? You can use the customer one. Ndio sasa nikuwe at par because I'll have to repeat mine. So you can go to the customer table. No, you are okay. Yeah, you're correct. So just maximize. Yeah, select this one, customer. Correct. So we can start by removing duplicates. Go back to home, okay, home tab. To the left, yeah, under home. Correct. So you highlight the customer ID column. Vlume highlight, that is correct. After you highlight, you come remove rows to the middle of your page. To the uppermost middle part of this page, click on remove rows. No, that is columns. Next, keep rows. Next, remove rows. Correct. So you look for the one that's saying remove duplicates. Scroll chini. Correct. Yeah. Click on it. Yeah. So that means we've removed any duplicates in the customer ID column. That's correct. So when you are here on customer ID, we see that it's showing the data type is text. That is correct. You can click on customer name. Oh, just highlighting so that we see, yeah, it's text still. Segment, yeah, you can highlight segment column. You see that the data type is text. You can highlight city. The data type is text. Yeah, we can continue state, the same. Country, it's still the same. Postal code, yeah, it's showing whole numbers, but that I'll explain later. You can leave it for now. You continue to the market column. You see that it is text data type, which is okay. You can proceed to the regions. Yeah, it is text. Lastly, that is the last one. Yeah, so for now we can say that we've removed duplicates and we've checked the data type for our customers' data or the customers' table. The postal code column, I'll use it to explain some more insights or give more clarification on it. Okay, it's showing today. Nyambu, don't drop your screen kindly. You see, you can show them where I'm saying the data type kindly. Hover around data type for them to see. Yeah, nice, correct. That's where you will see the data type. I hope you are good now. And if you, when I'm sharing my screen, if you ask a question and I don't respond on the chat, kindly you also just unmute and tell me. Thank you, Nyambu. I think we can now proceed. Let me share my screen and I'll try to magnify as I've been shown. Yeah, and 13, I think that's okay now. Let me click on transform data. So give me a minute. I can share my screen. You can all see my screen. Oh, no, I'm not sharing, sorry. Yeah, I want to repeat the process. You can all see my screen, right? You can react to the thumbs up, yeah, thanks. So, I said, sorry, I like using Swahili. I'll drop this. You come here under transform data. You click on transform data, then you'll click, the drop down will show you transform, data source setting, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Mary Karaoke? You had a question? So you'll click on transform data. I hope you're all good. Then when you're here on transform data, I said you highlight each and every column. And before this, you said you need to understand or identify the primary key. Yes, someone has raised the hand. Kindly proceed.
Yeah, we are suggesting maybe if you could just close the side panel with the participants.
Okay, thanks. Good now?
Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay. Nyambo, I hope my font is now better. I tried to magnify.
I think then it is on my side because it is still the same.
It's still the same.
Yeah,
but you can see and follow.
Yeah.
Follow. Yeah, ukiwa na swali unauliza. Thanks. Yeah, it's okay. So we said that for the customer table, our primary key column is the customer ID. So you use the primary the primary key column to do your remove duplicate part of cleanup. So you highlight it, then you'll come, you check to the uppermost. When you are on the home tab, utaona remove rows. When you click on remove rows, don't remove blindly. You have to check, then you'll see remove duplicates. You click on that remove duplicates. And if you are keen, you will note that to the right, it's showing you the steps of each and everything that you've done. So you will see a step telling you that something has been applied to your table. And then we proceeded with Nyambu to check the data type of each and every column in the customer table. As I clicked here on customer name, you can see at the top most where my cursor is, it's showing that the data type is text. You proceed to the segment, it's still text type. City, the same. State, it's still text. Country, and never assume, you should always check each and every column. Then postal code, it's showing whole number, but that we'll get back to it. And Nyambu, you can note down, just in case I happen to forget. Yeah, market is still text. Region is still text. So once you're done with this, you can choose to close and you can choose to apply, like it means you save the changes you've made, or you can proceed to the next. But it's a good practice to just save them in case of any power outage or anything. The changes I've made to my customer table will have already been saved. Are we good to move to the next? Or is anyone having a question? It's okay. Most of us
I
are
have a
good.
question.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so what is the difference between clicking the customer ID and removing the duplicate rows and selecting the entire table and removing duplicate rows? So what is the
Okay.
difference?
So, a minute. Sorry. So, as a good practice, it's normally good to remove duplicates using the primary key column. Because if you select the entire sheet, the Power BI won't be able to know the logic that it should use to remove duplicates. Let's say someone might, okay, let me just try to explain it in layman's language. We have two people named, let me say Mary Nyambura. If you can say that you want to use, I'll just explain column by column first. To use the customer name column to remove duplicates, you will find that one of the Mary Nyambura will be dropped. And yet, maybe they have different identification number. So the good practice for analysis, or also to make your work easier when you have so many columns, is, and also remember, each and every column, every table must always have a primary key. There's no day you'll hear that a table doesn't have a primary key or a unique identifier of each and every record. So it's just a good practice to always measure on your primary key column. Yeah. And you'll also understand it more when you'll be doing databases. Because when you're creating each and every table, lazima ukue na somewhere you've identified your primary key for the table.
Excuse me, Benta.
Yes?
Hi. Okay. The files are too small. Can you try using Control and plus to
Okay,
to
let
zoom?
me try to zoom it. Nime zoom further to 200. Is it now good?
I think I can suggest a solution for Jeffrey. Maybe it's
Yes.
Jeffrey asking. What has worked for me is that you try and minimize. Okay, you're yourself, the one who is seeing the small font. Or minimize on your end so that it can expand whatever is being projected. Ebu, give it a shot and then you'll tell us.
Yeah. Jeffrey, once you're good, you tell us to continue. It's okay. Thanks. You can now proceed. The person who was asking the question, I hope you're also well. Yes, Patronilla.
So for this customer,
Use the other side.
Yes.
okay.
Yes, Petronilla, were you saying something? Okay. And the Google Meet also from the screen. Control plus.
Okay, go.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Benta, hi.
Hi.
So I'm saying for the customer ID,
Mm.
I'm seeing it both text and numbers.
Mhm.
Why should ABC?
Why? Why shouldn't?
Why should it remain as text, the data type?
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. So it's text because, okay, let me say text is something like a string. When you have a text data type, it can be the alphabet only or anything that has alphabet and special characters. When I say special character, this hyphen that you're seeing here and the letters that you're saying and the numbers. Whenever a column has numbers, it should be whole number. Whenever a column has letters or alphabetic letters, it should be text. But whenever it has a combination of both, it naturally moves to the text side or automatically moves to the text side. So this is text because we have the numbers, we have special character, which is hyphen, and we have the letters. So it makes it to be a kind of a string. Now the number here is not something that can be used to count, to do anything, any summarization mathematically. No, that's why we are calling it a text. It can't be used for any mathematical operations. Yeah, is that okay? You can react. And then can I now proceed to the next? It's okay. Thank you. So we said that our customer table is now good to go. I want someone from the class, or let's say Petronilla. Can you now tell us how we are going to do our next cleanup? We are on the products table. First, if you see, it seems like it has some errors. You see that during the importation, column 1 is named column 1, column 2 is column 2, column 3 is column 3, column 4 is column 4. So at times when you're importing your data, you'll find that Power BI will assume your column headers to be part of the data that you have. Whenever you see your columns being named the way they are named here, there's something that should be done to make it have identifiable or column names that you already understand or know. So someone from the class can tell me what I need to do. Petronilla, if you can help, but if not, someone else can just respond. Sharing my screen. Yes, someone has a question. Yes, Grace.
Oh, I wanted to answer, but it's fine if she's sharing.
It's okay, thank you. Petronilla, you can go.
Yeah, okay, good.
You can use the first row as headers. Let me share.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you for that. You'll just come. I hope everyone can see under the data type text that you are talking about, you'll see beneath it, we have used first row is headers. I'll click on it and you will be able to see that we now have the product ID, the category, subcategory, and product name as our header, or let me say the column identifiers. I hope each and everyone has been able to achieve that. You can react with a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, Peter, as we know, like about the missing values and blanks, I'll also show that. That's why I said the postal address column, we can now leave it the way it is for now. We want to just check for duplicates and the data type first on all our tables. Then we'll proceed to how to handle missing values and also checking if blanks exist in our table, in our data set. Yes, Rose? Do you have a concern?
The part where you've gotten the column names.
You can share your screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here. You can see my screen. Hello.
Hello. Let me stop sharing first. Yeah, we can now see your screen. Yes.
So where you got the name?
Yeah, you can proceed to home on the home under home tab because I can see you are on the tables. Then before you get to that, as I can see from your whatever you're sharing, remember in Power BI you can't act on your data set without saying I'm transforming this data. Like, let me say, for instance, you have this data and by bad luck or by mistake, you click inside one of the cells, and then you want to try to edit it without notifying Power BI that I want to do data transformation. That can't be achieved. So that is correct. You have to have the Power Query editor. This is where we normally do the editing and click. Let me say anything that you want to do on your data should be under transform data. Yeah, correct. So when you are in transform data, as you can see, you now have the other things being populated. Kindly expand this page. Click on expand. Yeah, correct. So when you're here, go to your rightmost data types. Yeah, you see, this is the data type you're talking about. So this is correct. So chini yake, beneath it, there was use first row as headers. No, just close it. Click on it again, itajifunga. Yeah, hivyo. So beneath it, you'll see use first row as headers. Click on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how we achieved it.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, we can use yours to continue since you're already sharing. Don't drop, just proceed. Yeah, we can check for the data types now. We have the product ID, and the product ID, it's showing us it is text, and as we had explained earlier, it is text because it contains numbers, special characters, and alphabetical letters. Yeah, you can proceed to category. Yeah, it's still text, which is okay. Subcategory. Yeah, it is still text. Data type, product name. We see that it is also text. You can just click on the column, yeah, beneath, just up there to highlight the whole column. Yeah, okay. Before you can even do that, you can just click on the column, hapo juu, yeah. Yeah, this is also text data type. So for the data type of our product table, we see that we have the correct data type for each column, and we've also used promoted headers for it. So this is also good to go. You can click on apply changes. So that means that we are good. You can drop your screen and continue to share. And also apply this. I'm moving to the next table. In case someone has a question, you can ask before we proceed. Okay, someone just said something. I mean, I check. Not able to generate the customer ID because the customer ID. No, I didn't generate. Promoted headers. Okay, promoted headers. I meant, first let me answer the second one. I meant when you import data, at times, just the same I had explained, Power BI will take your column headers as one of the values or the entries of your column. So after importing, just the same way each and every one of you saw that the first columns was showing column 1, column 2, column 3, but after analysis, you notice that your column names were beneath it. So that's why Power BI has the capability of just clicking on use promoted headers or use first row. So you see the record in that first row should be your column name. So you'll just use first row as your headers. Yeah, that is okay. Then the person asking about the custom ID, I didn't generate the custom ID. Joseph, you imported the data, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can share your screen, you see. What about the duplicates on the product table? Yeah, correct. We had forgotten to check for the duplicates. And maybe, I think we can leave it like that for now, so that when we will be doing data modeling, you will see why we need to always remove duplicates. That is also a good insight. Then you can write it down. You will remind me when we are doing data modeling. Let's say someone just ignored remove duplicates as I had explained using the primary key. So you will see the impact of that when we'll start to do data models. Thank you. Nyambu, you also note that down. Have 2 assignments for me, just in case I forget. Yeah, thank you. Your screen is tiny, 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 tiny. Can't read. Are you guys seeing Joseph's screen?
It is blurred.
Yeah, it's blurred, Joseph.
Can you click the Control, Shift, and the plus symbol? It will expand. Each time you click plus, it will expand, but click all those keys in tandem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Now you
getting
can.
better. Yeah, Grace, a minute. We'll get to your question once we have handled Joseph. Yeah, so scroll to the left, Joseph. The left. Yeah. Okay. And then you have column distributions. You can also remove the column distribution for now. Customer name. It looks like you didn't import the column, the customer ID column. This is your first column, the customer name. You can unmute Joseph.
Hello, Rose. Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You were saying?
This is your first column, the customer name. Do this. Okay. Oh, yeah, nice. You have it. You were saying you don't have the customer ID column. You see, you have it. So
I think I removed it by mistake. Thank you.
oh, it's okay. It's okay. So you're good. Someone is saying that is the data. That is the data sheet that you sent. Yeah. So, did you remove the duplicates from the customer table and checked the data types? You're good now, right? Grace, you can go. It's okay. Yeah. Hello, Grace. Oh, you're good. It's okay. Let me proceed.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Excuse me? Hello, Banta.
Yes, Mike. Hi.
Mine is just a suggestion, eh? Could
Okay.
time is of the essence here. We are
Okay.
almost through. I was requesting, could at least people have a Q&A session after maybe we handle the cleaning part, then the question and answer comes thereafter, then we go to the next
Okay.
page. Because we are 100 plus, guys. If you keep on questioning, there's nothing
Yeah.
you're doing here.
It's
Okay,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, thanks. Let me proceed to share. You can now see my screen. So we said that we won't remove the duplicates for this table, as we are going to use that to illustrate something during our data modeling session. So I'll proceed to the next table, which is the orders table. And for the orders table, our unique identifier is the row ID table, column, sorry. So we'll start by removing duplicates on this as well. You highlight the column, then you come here, then you select remove duplicates. Yeah, once that is done, I check for the data type. And for this row ID, you can leave it as whole number, since as you can see very well, all these entries are numbers without any other thing. Or you can also convert it to text, just telling Power BI that I won't need this column for any mathematical operations, like you won't need it for sum, aggregate, like you won't need it for any mathematical operations that we know, division, blah, blah, blah. Even if I need it as, I leave it as whole number, behind my mind, I know it's just a unique identifier of this table. So I'll proceed to the next. We have the order ID, and the order ID definitely is a text because it has special characters and the alphanumeric. The order date, here it's showing any, and that one we'll need to clean, I'll show. Then custom ID is a text, which is okay since it has the combination. Product ID, the same is text. The sales is decimal because it has decimal points. We have the quantity is a whole number because, as you can see, it doesn't have any decimals preceding it. We have the discount. The discount is decimal. The profit is also whole number. And you notice that we have negatives here. These negatives should not be of any concern because a profit can be a plus or a minus. When profit is a minus, to me, we understand that the business made a loss. So for this one, this record is just correct, and we'll use it later. We have our shipment costs, which is also a decimal. We have order priority, which is text data type. So we will come to fix our date column. So when you click on the date column, allow me to explain something here. As you can see, we have date of two types. One that is separated using the hyphen and the one that is separated using the slash. So I came to discover that the one that is separated using the hyphens means that we are starting the day, then month, then year. And like this other one, we are starting with also the day, then month, then year. But when you try to force it automatically here to be date, you'll get some errors. We can do that so that all of us can have a look at it. Just click on that. You see, I'll get here errors. So this tells us that the conversion is not working because those two time formats are from different time zones. So I'm going to turn it in.
I'm not sure whether we're using different data sets, but mine doesn't have that.
Yours doesn't have that? Okay.
Yeah.
What
I'm
you
seeing
can
Eric
do,
his order date also seems to be fine.
what you can do, you can try to convert it to date so that you see. You can just click on the date the way I clicked earlier. Do you get errors?
No.
You don't
Anybody
get
else?
any error?
Yeah.
It's okay. No error. Mine is okay. Okay. If most of you guys are okay, then it means maybe my Power BI there is error. Yeah. Someone like Abby is getting an error.
I'm also getting an error.
Oh, it's okay. What you can do, or Abdi can share the screen. Yeah, the people who are getting an error, I want them to share the screen so that I explain the concept that I had learned lately about why we have that error. Yeah, thanks. But we need to hurry as we don't have so much time for sure. Yeah. Abdi or Nyambu, one of you can share the screen so that we do that part. Let me drop mine.
Is the order ID the primary key?
The row, we said the nini, the row ID. The row ID.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Who is trying to share the screen? Nyambi, you can share.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see. You can drop this icon here. Yeah, of the call. Yeah, thanks. So when you are on, okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. The suggestion being made is that we just proceed
Yeah.
with your screen, regardless of what errors people may be having on the other end, because I think the main thing is seeing the process. Then once we get to maybe now when you want to do some charts or on the report view, you could handle all the questions from that point so that we save on time.
Thank you. So you can always get in touch.
Yeah, and we can also get in touch with that at a later point.
It's okay. For those
So
who are getting
guys,
the
just
error,
all your questions, maybe we could have them on chat, and we'll handle them before we do the reports all together.
it's
Thank
okay.
you.
That's noted. Thanks.
That is communication from management.
It's okay. It's well noted. No worries. So for those getting an error as my screen, as I'm showing here on my screen, you can choose to drop that step on your rightmost. But what you need to do, you will highlight the column order date. Once you highlight the order date column, you can come here and click on change type. When you select change type, you will use the local. When you say use local, the ones that are throwing error, it means that, okay, normally Power BI uses the local of English and its United States English for date. So the data type here is date, and then the local, the defaulted one is normally the United States. So we are going to use the United Kingdom. I'll explain that in a few. When you say okay, it's executing. It should remove these errors that I have here. Just a minute. How can I drop that step that I had made before? Or how can I return the other pen that I dropped? Let me close and apply. Yes?
Go to view.
I go to view. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay. Just a minute, close. View them.
Query settings.
Query settings.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thanks. Thank you for that. So what I can do, I'll remove those steps here. Change type. Yeah. You notice that if you remove the steps on your right side, you are going back to what you had before. So this is what I had before I changed the data type. So I'll right click, then change type, and then I'll using the local. Then it loads. I say here the data type is date, and the local is United Kingdom. Then you click on OK. You find that it has converted it to the data type that is now working. If you just come to Google and you ask it the date format, you'll see it shows you for United States, we have month, day, and then the year. And if you say the date format for United Kingdom, you get that it starts with the day, then month, then year. So for those who are getting the error, it means that Power BI, as it uses United States, it was trying to interpret this 31 as your month, which was now bringing the syntax error because you don't have any month like 31. I hope you are good there. I can proceed to the next. But if you have a question, you can drop it on that chat as we've been guided. Yeah. So I'll continue to show the data type. If you click on the order date, it's now date, which is correct. Custom ID is text, product text, sales is also text. It's whole number, sorry. No, decimal. Sales is decimal. Quantity is whole number. Discount is decimal. Profit, I talked about it. I think this we had discussed and we are now good. You can apply the changes Then we go to our last table quickly, which is shipping details. And for the shipping details, you find that this table is kind of dependent on the orders table in a way that the primary key is being shared between the two tables. So you have the row ID as its primary key still and its whole number, or you can leave it as text. It won't have any harm. Order ID is text. Shipment date, we are also going to do the same. You guys can convert it to date. For those who are getting the error, kindly follow the steps that I did because of what I have explained. So I'll proceed to change type using the local. Then you'll use the date, select United Kingdom, and you'll say, okay, yeah, that should be good. Then the shipment mode is also text. So once you're done with your, let me say the cleaning, you can save and apply, but we remember that there was one table that had an issue. We can go back to our customers table, but due to the interest of time, whatever I'm going to do to this, it will apply to all the other tables. And just note that the other tables didn't have any missing data. So we are just good to go. As Nyambu had shown us, you can come and click on view. And then once you're on view, you can click on column quality and column distribution. When you click on those two, you realize that Power BI gives you the capability or the privilege to know whatever you have on each and every column. And for, say, our customer ID column, you notice that we have valid 100%, error is 0%, empty is 0%. All these other columns are identically the same. To me, and if you see empty 0 in Amanisha, that column doesn't have any empty entry. So I'll just come to the column of interest, which is showing valid 17%, error is 0, and empty is 83%. So this postal address column has so many missing values, and we see that the validity is only 17%. So some people can choose to drop that column, and since I also feel that it won't have that much impact on our analysis, but since we are all learning this, we can check on how to work on missing values. And since it's a postal code, we know that postal code is not used for any mathematical operations. So being that Power BI had selected it to be whole number, I'll convert it to text because I won't need to do any mathematical operations with it. And you notice that whenever you have a number that is converted to text, it normally appears to the left of your column, not to the right. Any number that is whole number, when you just look at your data, let me say without further analysis, you can notice numbers that are text are always on the left, just the same way text normally behave, but numbers that are numbers are always on the right. So I've converted them to text because I won't need them for any mathematical operation. Then, as we know, we can work on empty or missing values using replace. You can always replace now. Okay, let me say if it was whole numbers, you can replace empty or nulls with zeros. But if it is text, you can replace empty or null with not applicable. So I'll come here, and then once you've highlighted the column, you can select replace values. Then you'll type value to find null, and replace it with not applicable. Then you'll click on OK. Yes, we've done this because we don't want to do away with that column. And also during analysis, it's not proper to have nulls as entries in your column. When you have not applicable, someone will understand, or even when you have zeros for a column that has numbers, someone will understand. Yeah, so we can save and apply, and then we close. We can close and apply. That means we are done with our data cleaning and transformation part of this class. I'll quickly proceed now to our data modeling. Yeah. So when you hear about data modeling or data model, this is where now you have to check on how are you going to do this analysis? How will table A and table B be communicating to each other? How will this and this relate to each other? And that's where we majorly work on relationships. And as we know, we didn't remove duplicates from our products table, and I'll show that and the reason as to why we had that. So from our relationships or model view, we see that Power BI only gave us one relationship. I don't know if all of you have the same case. So for my case, I have the shipping and the orders as the only relationship that was detected. And then when we talk about the model view, well, normally you should always have a background understanding of what we mean by relationships. And you notice that in relationships, we should always have a facts table and dimensional tables. When we talk about fact table, we mean a table that has, let me say, the subject matter of this case. A table that in one or the other should have a primary key of the other tables as its other keys or foreign keys. If we say orders table here to be our fact table, I'll just try to explain in layman's language. So you see that in an order table, before an order is made, we need someone to make the order. So whenever you are dealing with order table, you must have something like customer ID, who made this order. So we have the customer ID. So how is this related to the dimensional table, which is customer table? This customer ID, we want to know more details about her, yes or no? Yes. So the dimensional table, which is customer table, has the categorical or more facts about this customer. So you find that in the customer table, we'll have the customer name, customer region, customer segment, and the likes. When you say an order was made, what order did this person make? A product must be in question here. So you should have a product ID. And you find that more details about that product is what now makes our dimension table, which is the product table. I hope that is clear. So these tables have to communicate to each other in one way or the other. So you'll start finding relationships between the tables. Under the model view, you will click on manage relationships, where my cursor is here. Once you click on manage relationships, it will show you the relationship that is existing. And then we will say we want to make the order table communicate to the customer table so that whenever someone asks about the order that customer ID 3 made, we can tell the customer name, the location, and the likes. So you'll come here and click new relationship. Once you click it, the relationship should be from which table. It gives you a drop down, you choose the table. So our table here is from customer table. And then when you select the customer table, you notice that it will give you all the columns that it has. And then the 2 should be now our order table. When you select the order table, automatically Power BI has a logic of checking for what can be used to connect the 2. If we didn't have the customer ID on the order table, it could give us a syntax error, or it could throw an error that we can't reach the other table. There's nothing that can make us communicate to the other table. So you find that we have the customer ID and customer ID. So you see, it tells you automatically, it gives you the cardinality that you have one-to-many relationships. To mean one customer can make more than one order. This is what the relationship here means. And then when you say cross filter direction single, it means you want to filter one direction from customers going to orders, not from orders to customer. It's good practice to use single direction. You'll now click on save to save that relationship, and you are good. If you close this, you realize that we have a new relationship that has been made here, and it shows you the side that has many. It shows it by star. You can see on the order side we have star, and on the customer side we have 1, and it also shows the direction of this relationship. As you can see, we have from customer to orders. I'll now proceed to the products table. I can drag it down to somewhere here. So, yeah. Yeah, so we have the products table here, and we've said, as I had explained earlier, the relationship between the 2, we should have something like product ID. So if you come here and click manage relationships, then new relationship, then the relationship from B should be from products table, and then the 2 table should be the orders table. So you see that we get an error here. And the cardinality of this relationship is saying many to many, to mean that one product in the products table appears like 5 times. So let me say 3 times. We didn't remove the duplicates in the product ID column. So if you do a count of the product IDs, it won't give you a legit number since one product is likely to be appearing more than once. And that's why we said, you see here the cardinality is showing you many to many to mean what I've explained. And it gives you an error, and with the explanation, this relationship has a cardinality of many to many. This should only be used if it is expected that either column, product ID and product ID contains unique values, and that the significantly different behavior of many-to-many relationship is understood. So we will cancel this because for our scenario here, we should have unique product IDs for the product table. So I'll just quickly go back to my transform data. But that's what I wanted to show you guys when I said, or when someone reminded me we didn't remove duplicates. And that's the importance of removing duplicates. When you're making your relationships, to avoid ambiguity and also to have ideal, let me say, data or accuracy, you should have the tendencies of removing duplicates using your primary key. So once I've selected it, I'll just come here and say, remove duplicates, and then close and apply the changes. Yeah, that's done. I'll come back to model view. Then if I come and click manage relationships, new relationship, from is products, and then to is the orders table, you find that automatically Power BI now can detect its product ID and product ID, and it automatically tells you the relationship is one to many and it is single direction. You'll click on save. Once you've saved, you can now close. And as you can see, we also have the same thing as the customer one was showing. We have a relationship from product table to order table, and it's a one to many. One product ID can be ordered by 5 customers. So that's why we say one to many. And then you find that it's from the products to the orders. That is all on my side about data modeling. Yeah. So maybe if I can be guided, should we proceed now to the DAX, a little bit of DAX before we start some visualizations? Okay, I see Joseph has a question and someone else, but I've not checked the chats also. So, yes, Joseph, you can go first. Eric is saying he's lost. Okay, someone is saying we repeat the process for the date. Go back to the 2 date types. Getting the error. Yeah. Yes, Joseph, you can be explaining as I'm going through. I'm going through the charts.
Hello, Bennett. I was requesting you repeat on that, on the way you troubleshooted the issue and duplicate the last part. Thank you.
The last part. Okay. First things first. So let me say this, guys. Maybe we need to, what I can say or what we can do. Some people have issue with the date part, and I feel we should tackle the issues vile zinakuja. Joseph, you're the one asking about the duplicate, right? The relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can hold on your question. What I can suggest, the order from above, bear with me. Someone who has not worked on her date, kindly share your screen. I give a repetition quickly on that so that I can move to the next issue. Grace, are you able to share your screen? Or it was Eric or Mary, Karaoke? Yeah, one of you guys
Hello.
can share. Yes?
Excuse me, I had an issue on this.
Yeah.
I've solved the issue, but you said the format of UK is date, month, then the year. But on the part
Yes.
of the month, it is showing the date, not the month.
It's showing the date, not the month. The day, not the month.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, UK. Let me see, just a minute. On the part of the, a minute, day, month, then year. Okay, I think I get your question, but it's okay. We'll check into that. So, mine also, I think I saw something of that sort. So I perceive that kind of we've used the US format, right? That's what you mean. But someone who had those errors, kindly share your screen so that we check as I continue to understand the issue further. Monday. Yeah. You can see that it's kind of picking the US dash format, but we had defaulted it to the UK. Comparison user joins. Someone is saying something. Who is sharing the screen so that we check on the date error kindly before we proceed? Okay, what happens when you ignore? Okay, I'll get to this also. What
Benta,
yes,
maybe if you
yes,
need someone to share the screen, you'll need to stop sharing yourself.
It's okay. Sorry. Thanks for that. I dropped. Yeah, and then Marion also, remember Power BI has warned you, and it also understands the time when you should have the many-to-many relationships, and it is normally very rare, because when you leave it to say many-to-many relationship, for instance, like ours, we do understand that we don't need many-to-many, since on one side, being product ID, we don't need one product ID repeated 5 times, having the background of maybe let's say someone was doing an inventory in a store. So when you want to record a product, there's no need to record it 3 times, because I've got it in this shelf. Again, when you see it in this other shelf, we record it. Once you've recorded a product, it should just remain that product ID. So that's why Power BI was warning you, like it's trying to tell you don't need a many-to-one relationship, but I'll explain that again. Who is sharing? Now proceed kindly.
Benta, before they share, I think I had a question with regards to the relationship between shipping and order.
Yes.
Why did you, okay, you said shipping, the primary key for shipping is like joint. It's between order and row ID. That's what you said about shipping as a table. Like the primary key for this table is a joint primary key. It's a combo of order and row. So how do we know which one of the two to choose in making the relationship?
Okay, thanks for that question. So for the shipping and orders, I said that for our shipping details, it picks, or it is using the primary key for the orders table. So this is because, remember, before you ship anything, you will require the order ID, let me say for instance, but for our order table, we had the row ID as the primary key. And that's why you see, even in the shipment side, even if I remove the order ID column, it won't affect it. But the relationship made was using the row. Let me see. Yeah. Just a minute, I check the relationship here. And customer ID order. Yeah, it's using the row ID, because that is the primary key from the order table. So let's assume we remove the row ID and we had only the order ID as the primary key on the order table. You'll find that the shipment table will also require the order ID as its primary, because before I give the shipment details, I purely depend on what has been ordered for me to ship it. You get? So we just have the order ID there as additional, but our unique identifier in the shipment table is still that row ID. I hope that is clear.
Not as quite. My question is, why is it that we have row ID as the primary key in the orders table as opposed to order ID? Why should we have a duplicate order ID?
Okay. Order ID. Yeah, that also makes sense. We can still check for duplicates in the order table. But since this data had the row ID I felt like maybe they are giving it, you understand the way we said that you can have serials. When you have data that has serials for just uniquely identifying, maybe let's say we have Grace and Benta, and we know very well we have national ID numbers, but we can have a column that gives us a serial, like Benta is serial 001, you are serial 002, Mary 003. So we can still use these serial numbers as our unique identifier of each person, or we can still use the ID number. I feel we can use one of the two. Yeah, that is still correct. But as for the data I was using, we had that other row, and that's why I didn't remove it, because I felt it's used still to uniquely identify these orders, but still order ID should be unique. That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That is better, Grace. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Kindly someone to share the screen. We close on the date issue. Who is still having the date issue? Or should I? Yeah, Collins, you can share your screen kindly.
Yeah, I've tried, but someone is still presenting. They can first and share
Yeah,
the next.
Mary, you're presenting. I don't know if it's Mary Nyambu or Mary Karaoke. Okay, thanks. You can share. You can't see.
I'm trying. I don't know why I can't share.
Let me try to share, then I drop you share.
Right.
Can you guys see my screen? Sorry. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
It's okay. So let me try to explain. Someone had also raised the issue that as per the date, or my explanation about the date column, just a second. I want to repeat the process, but I won't implement since on my side it's already good. We selected the United Kingdom data format, but it seems that still we were trying to tell Power BI to convert those data that are in United Kingdom to its date format that Power BI understands. So you'll come to your transform data. I'm getting confused, but it's okay. So I'll come here to shipment. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, Power Query is here, sorry. So you come to your shipment date, and those who had errors, we understand that we were getting those errors because of the different date formats that the two states have, the UK and the US. So Power BI uses the US date format, but some of our entries were in UK format. So you'll come and click, you highlight that column, and then you right click on your machine. Then you'll scroll downwards to where it's written change type. Once you're here on change type, you ensure that this other pop-out doesn't disappear. You scroll downwards to use the local. Then once you click here, it's already telling me that I have made this change. Maybe I can drop it, I repeat. Let's see. Remove. Yeah, so we have this. So we'll come and select it here. Once you've selected, you will right click. You can be doing on the side, guys, then use the local. Then once this pop-out comes, you change it to date, and then you see the defaulted local is US. We convert it to UK, and then you'll say okay. And that's how I fixed that issue. So I hope all of us are now good with the date issue. You can react with a thumbs up or a thumbs down for anyone who has not gotten it yet. Yeah, I feel we are all good at that point. Okay, thanks. So for the relationships part, though mine I've already fixed, who will volunteer to share the screen so that we check or we understand the duplicate part, as that is what we were trying to close on? Ben or Joseph, someone had a question about the duplicates. Or are we good, guys? Because Bernard did ask repeat. Okay. Repeat the relationship. Okay. So do you guys want me to drop the duplicate section or the part that I remove duplicates and then I repeat doing the relationship? Or Nyambo, are you done with your relationship part, data modeling?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay. Mary Karaoke, Bernard Collins, Eric. You can react to the thumbs up, guys.
Okay.
Good.
Enter.
Yes.
So when I move to the modeling part, my product table, the columns, I don't have any promoted headers.
You didn't make that step. You can share your screen.
No.
Share your
Okay.
screen. We close on that quickly. Okay, someone is suggesting, Wilfred is telling us you may use the local data as Kenya. Thank you for that suggestion. Yeah. Let me drop mine, sorry. Yes, stop sharing. Yeah, I think you can see your screen. Let me guide you due to the interest of time. Did you click on?
Okay.
Yeah, you can go back to home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Then you can click on transform data. So you can click on products table. You are on customers. Click on products. Yeah. Yeah, once you're here, you see that you have
Yeah.
column 1, column 2. So proceed to use first row as headers to the rightmost, top rightmost. Yeah, yeah, that one. Click on it. Use first row as headers. So you see you're now good. You can close and apply. Did you remove duplicates?
Yeah, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, you can remove. It's okay. Then you can now close and apply. You can go to data models. They're pending. Let's give it a second to apply changes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can go to models. And
Yeah.
then manage relationships. Just do it. Or it's good. It has now picked. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you're now good. You can
Okay,
close.
thanks.
You're welcome. I hope we are all good. We will now proceed to have a few of the ducks.
That's
Due to
not
the interest. Yeah. Leonard, you can share your screen before I continue. But what's the sharing? Hi, Rose. Hi, hello. Oh, Bernard, it's okay. Yes.
Yes, here's my screen.
Yeah.
I got lost in the relationships.
Which part of the relationships did you not understand?
I mean, the whole process, my power went off when you began explaining.
Oh, it's okay. I think we can do with you. the one that you don't have there, as you can see, but you understand what I meant by a fact table and dimensional tables, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. So you can click on manage relationships. Karen will ask your question once you're done with him. You will now click on new relationship. Then from table, you can write the shipment you are shipping. And then two is order table. Yeah, and then you see it has already told you that, and then it's complaining about the many to one relationship. So what we can do, you can come to your shipment table for transformation. We remove duplicates. When you see the many to many, it means there is duplicates in one of the tables that we are assuming to be our dimensional table about these shipments. So you can click on cancel. And then you can close also. You can go back to transform data. Transform. And then you can click on the shipping table. Then remove duplicates.
Remove duplicates.
Yeah. To the right side. Right. Yeah. Next, right back. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. Then close and apply. You try and make that relationship again. Manage relationships. Let's give it a second. Okay, it's good now. You can click it again, yeah. Manage. New relationship. Orders. It's still complaining about manage one. You'll need to also remove duplicates from the orders table. But on our side, we didn't encounter that error. Since mine also it detected that relationship by default. In fact, yeah, you can just repeat it. Karen, you can ask your question.
No, I didn't have a question, but I also had a suggestion. Since the meeting is being recorded, if it's something that someone can go back and check later, it's better because we're running out of time. Kindly.
It's okay. Thank you. It's okay. Thanks for that.
Still has a problem.
Complaining about that. I think we can check that after this class. I don't know where we missed something, but yeah. Or you'll try and just import the data again when you have your free time. And
Hello, I guess removing the duplicate on order ID in the orders table will solve the issue.
On the order ID column, Joseph, you can try. Okay.
Because on the orders table we used row ID as the primary key column.
Okay. Then you can try it separately. Yeah. Let me continue to share my screen. We have a quick overview of the DAX formulas. So it's okay. So let me share my screen. I hope you can all see my screen, right? You can react with a thumbs up if you can see. So I can continue, right? Yeah. So we are going to talk about, okay, before we start our visualizations, we normally do a few summarization of our data, or let me say a quick analysis of a few key. Let me say, when you hear about KPIs, this basically means key performance indicators. When we say key performance indicators, these are some of the general or something that someone looking at your data would like to have a quick overview of it. And that's where our DAX formulas come in handy. So from our analysis or from our data, we see that we are dealing with customers, and these are sales being made. We have discount, we have the sales made, the quantity, the profit. Yeah. So what we can do, I want to start teaching about DAX formulas. And when we mention DAX, when you click on your report view, you'll be able to see new measure, new column, new table, and the likes. So whenever someone chooses to use a new measure, that is when you need a summary from your table. And when someone says a new column, that is when you need an output for each and every column that is in question, but I'll explain that with an example. So I'll proceed to use a new measure to do a summarization. So when you click on new measure, let's say we want to know the total sales made. So we can name our measure, and when you're giving the measures a name, it's advisable you give it a name that someone can easily understand or can easily identify it. And also be keen when you're writing the measure to pick the measure or to check to have the measure. Let me say, to reference the correct table that you're using for this measure, I'll click on my orders table. Once it's highlighted, I'll come and say new measure. So when I click new measure, you can say total sales made. So our measure will be total sales. When you say total sales, this is a, let me say, an identifier of that measure. The name given to it is equals to sum. And then Power BI is also able to tell, provided you write the correct syntax, you should not be in a hurry to start typing. When you say total sales is equals to sum and you open the bracket, it already lists down for you the columns in your order table. So I'll just scroll down and select the sales column like that. Then you close and you click on this tick here to commit the changes you've made. You'll notice that a new measure, something that looks like a calculator, will have been added to your orders table. I'll now proceed to make another measure. Let me say I'm interested to understand the total profit made. Since we have loss and profit, we have the loss and the profit part. So I'll come and say under orders, I still want another measure in orders table. I'll click on new measure and then I'll name it total profit. Total profit is equals to sum. When I open the bracket, it lists the columns, and I'll just choose the profit column, and then I close, and I apply the changes. You will see that it's also clearly indicated down there. And then I also want to know how many unique order IDs were made, because we've said that the order ID should be unique. So I want to count how many orders were made in total in this store for this particular period of time. Still under my orders, I'll come and say, so guys, you should understand this clearly. You remember our order ID was of type text because it contained special characters and alphanumeric. So I'll come here. Whenever you have text, it can only be used for counting. So here we'll be counting unique order IDs. So I'll come make a new measure. Then you say number of orders made. Number of orders, which should be equal to, you can just start typing distinct, and Power BI will also highlight for you, I want distinct count. So I'll say distinct count, open the bracket, and then it already lists for you the columns that we have. So you'll just choose order ID, and then you close that bracket and commit. What else? We can also do a sum of the quantity. We want to know the overall or the general quantities that were sold in this store, and make a new measure. Then you say total quantity. Total quantity is equals to sum, open, quantity, then you close and submit. You can also do average. You can do an average of 1, then we proceed. due to time, I can just say under orders here, I want to get an average of the profits. So average profit equals to average, then profit, yeah. Then you commit. So those are the measures I have in my orders table. Then under customers table, I'd like to also understand how many customers did we have in total. So I can just click on these customers and then new measure. Then when you select new measure, you'll say number of customers that visited the shop, number of customers is equals to, still here we'll use distinct count. That's why I said you should always know that the primary key is most of the time should be used for, should be defaulted, or in your mind you should always know that it is just a text data type, because you won't need to add it anywhere to minus or do any division with it. You can just use it for count. So I'll just distinct count customer IDs. And then I'll say commit. And then I can give an example of how or at what point do we use the new column. Because remember, this is always, it's something very common, and getting it right is a good thing. So when you are, let's say, when I'm under my orders table, I want to make a new measure, a new column. Let's get to the table first. Orders table. So we see that in our orders table, we have sales, we have quantity, we have discount profit, shipment cost, priority medium. So when I say you are adding a new column, the mathematical operation that you're going to do will input here an additional column, and that column should have entries for each and every row that you have in your data set. So for my case, I'm going to use an if statement to explain the logic of our profits. So let's say, or if I just do a filter here, I saw someone clicking on this. It's also correct. You can always use this to also check for blanks, because if you click on this drop down and you had blanks, it will also show you here. Here, when you click on select all, it has selected everything. But if you had blanks, before this figure starts, you'll see a blank entry here. And so you can click on that blank, then you see what part of your data is blank, blah, blah, blah. So that is also part of data cleanup. But for my data here, I clicked on it as a filter to see that we have negatives, then we had zeros and positive values. So I wanted to add an additional column, and the column should be called the nature of profit. This nature of profit should check at this profit column, and if the profit is 0, it's a loss to the business because we've not gained any money from the business. And still, if the profit is negative, it's still a loss to our business. But if it's positive, we say it's a profit. So I'm going to explain an addition of a new column using this profit table column. Yeah. So I'll say here, new column. So when you select new column, you'll say nature of profit. So nature of profit is equals to, so you can start if, then you open the bracket. If you open the bracket, you will see it starts suggesting for you. Then you can say orders. You start typing the name. You find that it will highlight, it will give you a drop down of all the columns. And the column in question here is the profits column. So if profit is less than or equals to 0, you place a comma, then you give the truth part of this if statement, or the results of the if statement. So if the profit is less than or equal to 0, then loss. Then you place a comma. instead of writing the else, Power BI just understands the second result is what happens if this statement is not, condition is not met. So else profit. Then you can commit your changes. You find that, you see, it has generated for me a new column, and it has given it the name or the identifier that I gave it when I was doing my new column. So here, if you try to check, you see that we only have loss and profit, which is now correct. So if you want to check maybe how many losses you had, you can also do some complex, let me say, DAX formulas to attain that. You can also do a calculation to know how many losses were made. So you can try and get, was it? Yeah, that should be a new measure. So let me say, you can try a new measure here, new measure. There are some measures that are used to do the summarization or the mathematical operators, and other measures are used to do the filtering. If you hear about filtering, majorly the measure that is used is the calculate measure. So we can write here, we can name it the total losses. Total losses is equals to calculate. Okay, so you are going to calculate. Then the expression here is profit, total sales first, total sales, and then the filter. What are we going to use as our filter? So from the total sales, you can place a comma. Then you say total sales, what are you filtering? The profit. Yeah, so if profit is less than or equal to 0, then it's a loss. You close.
Hello. Alikuwa anaingia lakini unajua sasa niliambiwa alitoka asubuhi.
Kindly mute. Someone who is on a call, kindly mute for us.
Hiyo ni hadi jioni, hata simpati ako mteja.
Hello.
Huyo ataingia, nimemwambia. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Thank you. Yeah, so that's all about DAX. I've just given the overview, or I've started with the most simplest DAX that are normally used for better understanding. But during your free time, you can do more deeper or complex DAX formulas. I don't know if you are good to go so that I can proceed to the next section of my training days. Is someone having a question?
Yes, please show the last formula.
Okay. So the last formula I was explaining, okay, I hope my screen is still visible.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was a DAX formula that, sorry, I've dropped it. A minute, to profit, total losses. Where is it? Yeah, I've seen it. So here I was trying to explain what happens, okay, like the type of other DAX formulas. Okay, under measure, we have the summarization, or let me say the aggregate or the mathematical operation measures, and also we have the filtering measures. Like filtering measures is talking about like out of the total sales we made, how many were losses, something of that sort. So my DAX was total losses is equals to calculate total sales. Then from total sales, what are we checking? If the profit was less or equal to 0, it should default it to losses. Yeah.
We should not just count the rows in that column that are losses, and you'll know.
In that column, the column that we made, the new column, we can still also
Yes.
do a count, but still we will use either the filter or the if statements. Yeah, that can still work. So I've shared the same on chat. So allow me just walk you guys through a few of the visualizations that we can do for this analysis. And I hope you've saved your file. If you haven't saved, you can always click here on files and then you click on save as. You will select the location where you want this file to be saved so that whenever you want to continue with that analysis, you can proceed. Yeah. So I'll start, or I'll just start my visualization section of this practice by majorly, we can start by doing the cards part. And then cards is normally used to show these KPIs that we've talked about. So I can repeat it severally. Control-C, Control-V also works on Power BI. To remove let me say a card that you don't want, you can always click on the three dots and then you remove. So for the card, it's normally simple. It is used to show a single record or a single output. So for my first card, we can say, let's see the average profit. And if you place it there, it will show you the average profit. Let me minimize here. Yeah.
Benta?
Yes.
Benta?
Yes.
As you start on the KPIs, how do you determine the KPIs in a different business as you're doing the visualization? Because I know different businesses have different KPIs. How do you know what to put in the cards and what not to?
Okay, so thank you for that question. For the KPIs, majorly the interest of the visualization using KPI is normally to show us the statistical summary of the data. Let me give an example. For instance, you are dealing with transactional data. So for transactional data, you will need, let's say, it's a daily transactions table that you're handling. You'll need a KPI that shows the number or total count of transactions. So you can say that in a day, this company receives a total of 100 transactions per day. You see, that's a KPI that automatically comes to your mind when you check on that data. Then another KPI that automatically will have to have in that data set is the total amount of transaction. Okay, each person makes a different transaction amount. So for the stakeholders, I feel they will need to see the total amount of the transactions. And as we just know, everything that involves transaction, we'll always need to see the profit or loss made and the likes. It will just come out naturally. As I was also working on a certain data set, you find that it was a data set to deal with hospital visits and patients. Of course, you'll need to just calculate the number of patients, the total medication they take. You see, as per your data set, it's just giving a figure, overview, a general figure or a general overview of your data. Yeah, thank you. So here we have the average profit as 28.6. The second one, and select to be number of orders made. Yeah, you find that a total of 25,000 orders were made in this store. And then, though I've not touched on the DAX that use time, let me say, yeah, date time, you guys can go and study more about it. So you can also do another KPI for total losses made. Yeah, you find that it's showing 2.6 for okay, for my data, I was not keen on the, let me say, the currency, but we can assume that we are dealing with Kenya shillings. So you can now say that the company made a loss of 2.64 million Kenya shillings. And then, okay, those are some of the key things you need to check when dealing with data. The currency that you are dealing with, such things are key. Total profit made, can come and see that the total profit made was 1.47 million. So from just an overview here, we can tell that kind of this company was making more losses compared to the profit. And this is mainly because some orders or some of these products were not bringing any value, since you find that the profit was zero. It's like we were just exchanging those goods to the customers. So you can also do a general overview of the total quantity that was sold and the total sales made. Yeah, you can see that the total sales made was 12.64 million. And then you can also be interested to understand the number of customers that visited the shop or the store. Yeah. So you can come and say we had a measure here for number of customers. Yeah. So you find that we have only 1,590 customers. This tells you that we have loyal customers. Some of the customers visit the store more frequently. So during your analysis, you can choose to understand which customers or from what region were more losses being made, from what region did we get zero profit. Such insights should lead you to understand your data more or do a perfect visualization. You can also study the customers as per the region that they come from, because you see we had a market, we had region, country, and etc. Yeah, so this is all about the cards and the measures part of the visualization. I'll now proceed to do or to teach about slicers. When you hear about slicers, these are the filters that are used to filter the categorical data set. Remember we said on DAX, you can do a filter, which is a calculate, and this is majorly used for the numerical data. But for the slicer filter, it's normally used to do the categorical and things like date filters. So I can add here a filter and say, as I had just explained, I want to understand this data in regards to the country where the customer comes from. I'll add here a filter. And when you add a filter, you find that you have the capability of formatting the filter. You can click on filter settings. Then you have here the style. When you say vertical list, it means the filter will just drop down all the entries that you have. If the countries were not this much, we will leave it as a drop down. But since they are many and it needs a scrolling, you can leave it as a drop down, but it won't be, visually appealing. So you can also use a drop down. If you click on a drop down, it gives it as a, a compressed list. In that, if you click on this drop down here, under all, you are able to see each country by country, or you should have a capability of selecting everything. So when I selected this all, before I said, okay, let me leave it the way it was. You see, if I drop it down, I didn't see here all. So as a, someone who has worked with Power BI more oftenly, you should know that there is something somewhere that is missing, because when you have the all, you should also have the capability of seeing this summarization of all the countries. So I will proceed to the styles. So here, how is it? Yeah. Then under slicer settings, we said we're going to use a drop down. Then selection, you can see here, show select all is off. You turn it on. So when I turn it on, if you come back here, you see the first thing that appears on top is select all. So if I select all, we'll see all these metrics like this. But if I choose to only check on, Algeria, you find that when you apply a filter, all your numerical, or all your visuals will respond to it. And as you can see, we only have 19 customers coming from Algeria. The average profit is very minimal, which is 2.12. Number of orders was 114, something of that sort. That's what filters help us to know. It helps us dig deeper into the data. We can apply and we can add another filter, say to understand the markets that these cells are being made from. So you can click on it, you add it, and as we said, you can see that we don't have so many markets. So someone can decide to leave it as a vertical, and you just show all of it nicely. Yeah, they are just, so you can select all of them. Oh no, if it's vertical, you select one at a time. So if you select Africa, you will see the output from Africa. If you select Canada, the same. But most of the time, I'm used to just doing a drop down for filters. It makes your work easier because at times you want to see maybe region wise, you can select the markets that are in that region. It gives you the privilege of multiple selections. In short, you'll come and say select all, it should be on. Yeah, so if you check on it again, you see we have a select all. You can still select 3 or 2 at a time, but I think it's not accepting. You can select all and select one at a time. Yeah, I'll minimize it also. Then we can proceed to another filter. So someone can suggest the filter. Let's use the region filter. Yeah. So okay, the regions filter. Okay, you can make it still a select all filter. Yeah. Then can have another filter. Okay, I can show a date filter also. We'll use here the date filter. Let's say on our orders side, the order date. Yeah. You find that most of the time, date filter is more better if it appears this way, or it's let me say, nice, and it appears to be prettier and attractive when you leave it as this format rather than having select all the likes. So for my date, I'll just leave it as it is. And then once you understand the logic of filters, we are also able to do some cosmetic, let me say, or beautification of your reports. So, and those apply to each and every type of visual that you'll use. So that's all about filtering. You guys can proceed and do more filters on the data. I'll just briefly touch on the basic visualizations that we normally have. And I can say that let's try doing a line chart to give us the overview of total sales made over the years. So I'll just come and click on the line chart. Then when you select the line chart, at times, if you're not sure of what to go where on the axis side, you can always just select the columns that you need, and Power BI will arrange them for you automatically. So I'll just come and select order date and also the sales. You'll see that it has aligned them for me. It gives you the x-axis as the order date and the y-axis. But if you can also check on the hierarchy of this date. Okay, when I say hierarchy, something like a date in data visualization is normally, or in Power BI is normally categorized per year, quarterly, monthly, or daily. So for this, Power BI already picked it per year. But there are times that you may want to see this data or analysis quarterly. It will also give you that capability monthly. But that means that you'll also have to dig deeper into understanding the dates that you have. You can also come up with a date table to help you filter this data further into yearly, and something of that sort. So I'll just give a quick one here for overview understanding. We can then proceed to have a pie chart, or let me say, you can do a pie chart. And we know that a pie chart and a donut chart normally does more or less the same thing. So you can choose, I can choose both of them so that you just see. Okay, and then during your presentation or dashboard creation, you can check on which one is more visual appealing to use. Let's say we have, okay, and then as you understand that pie charts should be used when you want to compare less than 5 types of data. So say that we want to check on the category of the goods that this company was selling. So product category, we didn't have so many products here. So you can do a pie chart of product category by total sales. And still on the donut chart, these things will just come naturally. You don't even need to think to stress yourself. When you have that data after you've done your cleaning and modeling, the visuals to use, it's just more of your critical thinking and let me say your critical thinking and being creative and creativity. So I can also repeat the same category and total sales, or I can also say category and profit. Yeah. So you see we have here a pie chart and a donut chart, but for the pie chart, you are doing an analysis of total sales by category, and you see that, okay, let me expand it just a bit. Yeah, we have category that is called technology, furnitures, and office supplies. You can see that if you do a total sale by category, you find that the majorly or the category of product that was sold the most here was the technology type of goods, followed closely by the furnitures and then the office supplies. And the same applies, but you find that there is a difference. If you check on the category by profit, the category that gives us the most profit here is category of technology, and then it's followed closely by the category of what? Office supplies. And here you find that we are selling more of the furnitures, but in real sense, you are getting more profit on the office supplies. So these are some of the differences that when you're doing your analysis, you can pay keen attention on. And when you want to advise the business, you can tell the business, let's check on these customers who are buying more of the office supplies and maybe ask them on rating of our business to understand maybe some of the challenges that they are facing, blah, 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 since they are the ones who are part of the good percentage that is giving us more profit. At times, it's not all about the numbers, but the value that the business gains from that sale. We can also proceed to do some pie and column charts. Let's do a bar graph, bar chart here to give us the profit by sale. You can just click on profit and also on the sales. Yeah. But if I click on total profit, what I can say total sales, and then I can analyze it against time, so that you see at what point in time are we making more sales. Then you can also add to it profit, so that we have two of them. So as per this, I think this is more or less showing the same as what our line chart is showing us here. But you find that in 2024 we made more sales, and the sales are increasing as time goes by. To mean the business is growing. Yeah, such insights can be made from that chart. Then also you can have a chart like, say, the scatter plot. And this scatter plot, I'll want to show how our profit is being affected by the sales. Say profits. option, then summarize, and then against self. Oh, no, against discounts. Say profits against say discount column. Then also tell it not to summarize. The values okay. Sales. Have total sales. Okay. Here I wanted to show how we can achieve an analysis of if the discount is too high, you realize that you've made less profits. I think I'm forgetting. It's to be aware. Anyways, I'll check that and then I'll get back to you guys. We can also use the maps to do our analysis, but I think that also needs some time to work on it. But after you've done all your visualizations, you should now be able to come and create a dashboard page of the, or let me say, yeah, the dashboard page now literally means the landing page or the overview page of your reports, where when you want to showcase this to your stakeholders or the consumer of the report, they can have an overview of the whole data set at one glance. Yeah. So, yes, Steven.
How do you make the dashboard?
Okay, making the dashboard. Yeah. So making the dashboard, literally what you do after doing all your visualizations, let's say you had page 1, page 2, page 3, up to page 5 or 6 somewhere, you'll now come to all those pages and check for the key dashboard, the key visuals that you had, and you will have them as your first page. So I can just try to give the overview or a first analysis of, or let me say, you can try to do the dashboard page here quickly because I see we are out of time. I should be giving around some
I'm sorry,
minutes.
just a moment. I'm sorry, just a moment. It's Steven here.
Okay.
Oh, my
Yes.
question was about the maps before we go to the dashboards. Is it possible for you to do that, or you're a bit constrained with the time? Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me try to do a map visual here, and some of you can also assist me because I've not used it much more. But for the maps, what I can start by saying, most of, or each and every one of you should try and click on files, because when you try to use, let me say, I want to use this map here, the one that has something like spherical inside it. It's the majorly recommended one for visualizations. I'll click on it. I don't know if you guys are following, but I can just give a brief advice or overview of what normally happens. Some of you, if it's the first time you want to use the map, you'll find that if you try to add fields to it, you will encounter some errors, but that means that your settings for the map are not that okay. So you'll come and click on files, then you'll proceed to options and settings, and then you'll click on options. Once you click on options, you will come and check for the security. Ukiwa hapa kwa security, when you are here at security, you should always check this one. Utapata this one is unchecked and this one. You click use this and also use this. Once you've clicked all this, you will say okay. After you've said okay, for Power BI to save these changes, you'll have to close your Power BI sheet or the dashboard, and then you can come to your task manager to completely kill that. You see this task manager, you click on task manager to completely close the Power BI, or In other words, I mean, it normally requires a restart of the machine. But if you don't want to restart the machine, you will come to the task manager, you end the Power BI process. After ending it, the changes that you've made will have picked. So you'll select the map, the one that I've shown. Then you can now say the regions, you'll select the regions. After you've selected the regions, it should show here. Yeah, you find that it's showing us the regions that we have in our data set. We have North America, South, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, yeah. And then you will come to the order side and select what you need to see. Let's say maybe you want to understand the total sales made per region. So you'll come and say total sales. If you click on total sales, yeah, then you can add something like the market also to the, or you can place the region under the location part. Yeah, if I place the region under the location part, it means that I'm using this map that is map, not the field map. The map that I'm using, it helps us to do these visuals more better because it will show you some bubbles on the page if you're doing it against something. So if you want to see the total sales made per region, you find that the size of the bubbles keep on decreasing if the sales are more lesser. So from this visual that we have, we can say that South America's made the highest sales, and the total sales from it was 2.7 M. Then we'll just check through the bubbles, and you can see Australia is kind of more bigger after that. And you find that it made 1.2 M. You can check for North America's, because if you hover around your map, you should be able to see the actual figure that is being portrayed there. As I'm hovering here, you can see that this one was also, this was 900 and something. So this South America was the largest, followed by, let's check on Europe, we see 18, 1.1, followed by Australia, then Europe, blah, blah, blah. So the maps also helps to give you the overview of those sales made. You can also try to add market as the legend for the map. Yeah. So it's kind of dividing per region which market sold the highest. So like when you are here in South Americas, it's showing you how many markets we have in South Americas. We had the market, which is the EU market. Then this one was the US market. And this one was the Latin market. So from South Americas, you can say that the EU market made the most sales, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's how maps are used to do visualizations. Yeah. I hope that is clear.
Yes, it's very clear. Thank you. For context, if you have just a moment, let me just explain on my end. I had this issue. Okay, somebody had given me some short work to do, and it was about trying to. It was an MCA who's trying to run for his ward, so I was trying to get the figures on the map. Now I did exactly what you've just shown us, but when I was trying to map it, for example, the locations were at Thika, our ward called Kameno. But now when I was using the maps, some spots were coming, let's say like all soaps, some spots are coming at Thika, and then some spots are coming, let's say somewhere else in Nairobi. Mind you, each and every location that I had inputted and also had cleaned the data were at Thika. But I don't know why they were, the visualization was kind of portraying a different location as the one which was perceived to be. Yeah, okay.
Okay, who is asking the question?
Oh, it's Steve.
Steve, it's okay. I think Harun can help me to answer that, but I can also research about it. But there was one point in time when I was starting to learn these maps. There's a time that you'll also be forced to import maps or the geo map. But for now, Harun can help me answer that. And then on my side, I'll do research and I can also get back to you. Yeah. I don't know if he's still close to his machine.
No, no, unfortunately for me, I'm not close to my machine. That's why I'm not able to
Yeah,
share. But,
Harun. Yeah.
I actually had tried to speak to Harun, but yeah.
Oh,
So any
it's
help
okay.
could be very helpful.
It's okay. You are in cohort 6 WhatsApp group, right? Yeah, you can repeat. Oh, a minute before, sometime before I repeat that process. I don't know if Harun is in school and he's close to his machine. Harun?
Harun has stepped out for a minute. Maybe we'll let him know of the question. What is the question again? If you could repeat.
You
So
can repeat.
oh, okay. So the thing is, I had been asked by a friend of mine who's trying to run for an MCA seat in Thika, Kamen Ward, right? Hello.
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Carry on.
Okay. So I was able to get the data, 2022 data from IBC and also from Kenya Bureau of National Statistics. So each location on the ward had different voters who had voted. So the votes cast as per 2022 and the different polling stations. Okay.
Yes.
So I input all the data and I cleaned it. And so when I was trying to, I did the visualization for the pie charts, for the donuts, for the graphs and everything. But also he just wanted to see on the map which location had what kind of number of people, something like that. So I changed the settings on the map under security, and I did everything that as she has showed us. But now,
Yes.
when I tried to put it on the map,
Yes.
some locations were coming at Thika, and other locations were coming at Nairobi, which is not true because the Kamen ward and the locations are only at Thika. So that's why I had reached out to Harun so that he can try and help me out. So yeah, and he gave me the link to the.
Yeah, I think we've noted the question, but one thing I know with maps, you need to know the spatial reference system, because if you are not sure if you're working with the same spatial reference system, that would happen. It would take you to a different location. That's just something I know about maps, but we have the question. I think when Aaron is back, we will let him. Okay, someone is offering to answer. Juliet, just unmute, then you can proceed to answer.
Okay, good evening. Oh, I can say like, he has asked a nice question, yes, but when it comes to map work, like when it comes to map work, the correct map work determines with how you have set it, because you cannot set a code, you cannot set a code and at the end it shows errors. And if it shows you errors, which means in the drafting of the real map, it will not give you the specific area you want to handle or you want to deal with, right? So when we are dealing with the data science or the kind of coding, we should clear ourselves from these errors, because these errors are the one which affects the project you're dealing with. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Juliet, for that. Yeah, I think I've
We
also
have
learned
additional
something. Okay.
Wait. Benta. Actually, kwa hiyo ukumbuke mkionyesha kuchange location na language ili kuja vizuri. Time yenye mlikuwa mmefunzwa, then Mount Meru County instead itokea Meru inatokea TZ. Unakumbuka hiyo station? Au kuanga class hiyo?
I told him I've not done much of the maps practice, and that's why he requested you to also add to what.
Yes, kuanga class mkifunzwa. Kuingia class hiyo siku.
Nyambu, unaweza tuonyesha ama Mary Kariuki, my classmates kina
See, that was taught in class.
They can show us here. Mtu anaweza tuonyesha. Ama uni guide to show that.
I wanted to see the full chart yenye mlitoa ya kwanza. Benda kwa page 1.
Yeah, hizi onyesha because this data.
No, I just want to see the maps zenye mlichora.
Today.
Oh, yeah, that one looks good. Yeah, hebu nipige picha. Thank you.
Would you want to make some comments along those lines?
Yeah.
Benta.
Yes.
Maybe introduce yourself.
My name is Brian. I'm in cohort 6.
Yes. Oh, kwa page 2. Sawa. Yes,
the question is asking, I think we encountered the same challenge during class. It's a thing to do with the language is set on this PC. Nani alikuwa anauliza?
Steven,
check on your PC the language, set it to English Kenya, and then now come back and refresh. Not really refresh, just utume hizo code nini tena kwa the dimensions you want to plot back again to Power BI, it should pick.
Brian, unaweza tuonyesha hapa ndio kila mtu aone. Hata mimi nimesahau hiyo part. Harun, uko sawa?
And kindly remember the participants who are not versed with Kiswahili.
It's okay, so it's yeah. Yeah. Harun, you good? Yeah. I wanted him to show us where we are setting the language.
That will be, just click on Windows bar, go to settings. It will depend with the PC.
PC, at PC level. Okay.
It's a setting on the actual machine.
Oh, okay. I think Stephen, you can try that, Steve, also. Then you'll get back.
Some machines are set to German, Australia.
Okay. Yeah, we think up to that point we are good. Nyambu, are we good? Oh yeah, people are reacting with thumbs up. So I can quickly, or Harun will take us through creating a dashboard page.
All right.
It's
This is what it is.
But I knew to. No, Benta, continue sharing.
Okay.
Good. So creating a dashboard is usually easy and fast. After you've done the first, after you've created you created page 1, 2, and 3. So you go to on page 4, right?
Yeah.
So you create a title for that.
Yeah. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. You can name it. Yeah. Then I create a title using the text box, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So stretch it.
Okay. You can give me the title to use.
Now, it was what was the name of the
global store analysis?
Yeah, just write global store analysis.
And then maybe something that you didn't add to it. When you're doing your visualizations, guys, you should select a theme color for your visuals, and you should blend it with a color that complements it, not colors that clash and make a lot of noise. So I feel Brian will give us also the color to use.
No, I'm not going. Just go back to that particular. Now make it the. Me, I'm not colors. Make it bold, then stretch it to the end. Make sure it's visible. Have you written something else inside there?
No, yeah, I just
try highlighting the text and then.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I think that's the problem I was facing. Yeah.
Wait.
Then you can try to use which color? Brown.
Let's just change the font.
The font.
Yeah.
Two.
Scroll down. Let's see. I think Power BI will not show you samples. You figure it out some way. Let's do Comic Sans.
Comic.
Let's see what it
This
look like.
one.
Ah.
Hi.
No, not professional. Let's use the standard Times Romans.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. Then font color.
That one will disappear.
It will disappear.
Select a different one.
I select a different. Which one?
Do blue.
Blue. This one. Or which
Magic
shade
double.
of blue?
That's
Here.
that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Beautiful.
Yes. Go back to page 3.
Okay.
Let's start with that. Now the map is not showing total sales. I think we need to add figures to that particular field because you cannot see any figures. This is just a map with the. If you show this to
Oh, you
someone,
want to show values?
yes.
Okay. Thanks. Nyambu, why are you doing all this? Wanted someone else to share their screen, or you can give me a minute kindly.
Or alternatively,
yeah,
we can use this. No, but I wanted to bring all of them together.
Yeah.
Because
I'll be back in a few. Kindly, a minute, yeah.
Pardon?
Saying I'll be back in a minute or 5 minutes. If someone had something constructive can be sharing their screen, I'll come back in a few minutes.
Someone is saying they had a challenge with their particular map. Can you share your screen? Someone is saying they have a challenge with that. Okay.
My map doesn't work even after following the steps and closing it, the Power BI using the task manager.
Click on Windows, go to settings. Open. Time and language. On the left, there's time and language. It's in Nairobi. Select date and time. Okay, go back.
Back.
Yeah. Go to language and region. Yes, it's in English, United States. Set it to English, Kenya. Pale juu.
Oh, sorry.
And kindly note that no, just there's a drop down there. Okay, add language. After English, Kenya. Scroll preferably.
Is there English Kenya really?
In Nairobi?
Nairobi.
Nairobi. Searching Kenya would be easier.
Have you searched Kenya?
English.
Delete English. Search Kenya.
Oh, here it is.
That one, yeah. So that is, it will take some time. Also, when you're installing languages, some machines keyboard are usually affected by the language you install. So like someone who is using Dell. Again. Kuna machines, sorry, there's some machines if you install if you change the language, the keyboard setup will yeah, I'm seeing Toshiba. Some machines will disturb you. So not that. So once you install, okay, you'll maneuver.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. After that, your dashboard should work. You should be able to plot that particular map.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Are you willing to continue with your dashboard we use your Power BI to create the dashboards?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's go back to page 2. Actually, delete the map. And delete it. So we'll come back and plot it later once the languages have been installed. I want you to select the four yes. Just click on it and copy that one. Good. So arrange it nicely. Go back. Good. Like that. That one. Push them up a little bit, just a little. I'm sure they can go up. You're leaving some space. Juu kidogo.
Hapo ni sawa.
Yeah, that's okay. Good. The other one? Good. So let's go back to page 1. Let's see what we had here.
The filters.
Average profit, total profit, total sales, number of orders. Let's go back to page 3. I've seen something I've not seen here. I want you to bring them down. Start with the total sales profit per year. Bring it down a little bit. The one in sio sana. Juu kidogo. I want us to put the cards below the title. Up.
Oh, okay. Somewhere here.
Somewhere around there. Good. Good. Now align these two with no. This is okay. That was okay. Bring total profits by category down. Good. So align total sales by category and total sales by what? The two that are on your left to be in line.
These ones.
Yes. Hizo mbili zikuwe in line ile nyingine.
Gani? Ikuwe in line na hiyo juu. Total profit by category.
Yes, just push that one up a little bit. Good. I hope the cards will fit there. Okay, now let's go pick the cards on page 1. Start with total sales. Because remember, we are trying to give the investors the things they want to see. Paste it down. Good. Resize it. Resize it. Resize it more.
I think I need to bring this down a bit.
Yes, yes. Perfect.
Total profit.
Yes, total profit. And then something else, you can always resize them before copying them. So it makes work easier. However, it's okay, you just move them.
Yeah, Brian, and also renaming of the columns and the titles, right?
Yes, you can also rename. So like that one, good.
It's not well aligned.
Total, I think that one we have picked.
Average profit.
Number of orders. Yeah, like that. Good, that's better. Bernard, I want you to resize the, kindly text the measures you created. I want you to resize ISO, that one, the bottom right. Yeah, that one, not up here. You can resize that one. Yeah, because how?
Quick question. Is it just me or are the losses higher than profits for every year?
Are the what?
The losses higher than for every year.
The losses are what? Kindly.
Yeah, greater than profit for every year or region.
The losses were many.
Someone is saying the losses were many for the most of the years. So it's
okay.
possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Click on the side.
Pardon?
Yeah, let's go pick another measure. The filter by country. I want us to put the filters on the side. The filter by country, that one, yes. The slicer. Put it on the left-hand side.
Somewhere there.
Yes. Try seeing if it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
So select all and push it up a little bit. No, not like that. Don't cover any country.
Is that okay?
That's a slicer. Inanga shida.
Okay.
Good. Let's go to page 1 again.
Region.
What's that? By region, yeah, copy that. Put it under region. All right, check if it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, select all, back again, good. Select all, good. I want us to check your maps if your maps are working now. I hope the languages are done installing.
No, not yet. Still
All right.
downloading.
Still downloading. All right, just minimize that. Let's go back to our presentation. What have we not put? Page 1 again.
Hi, there's someone who asked about maps. They're not interactive. Kama zinafanya.
The maps are not interactive.
Yes. I don't know if there's anyone who has managed to do them, but the maps are not interactive.
Now, let's get to this point. I think we were working on creating a dashboard. Bent, I think we have done a good job up to this part, right? Because the space down there, I wanted us to leave that for the maps. Sindio, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Or was an idea what we can add. You can add the last slicer.
Hainanga nothing. No, ikila sukari utakunywa kama ulikuwa unaexpect kitu.
Asha, don't do that. Don't add sugar. We are old. Now, you can.
Oh, hey.
Sorry. I think Bernard, we're going to use your presentation in a few. Once the languages are done. And then
okay, so
just all because I need us to utilize the last space. Eric Mwangi, kindly share your screen. So Ben, I'll request you to stop sharing. We look at Ben's dashboard, and then we'll go back to Ben. Drag it. Okay. I've never done that, but
I have done it.
Let's see. Good. Now click. Show us that it's interactive. Global star analysis. Select all.
So when you switch the region, it moves to whichever part you
yourself
click.
Interactive. What a challenge with the maps?
Umeweka country na region. Okay.
Yes. Kwa maps nimeweka country na region.
Okay.
Sawa. All right, Benta, I hand over the meeting back to you. We have created a dashboard.
Hello. Thanks for that support. I think that was all on our side, but can I see the dashboard again briefly? Thank you, Bernard, for the good work, and Brian and team. The person who was sharing the screen, kindly share.
The last person was sharing, or should I share mine?
Yeah, the dashboard screen, of course. Yeah. So this is good work done, but sasa, for those who don't hear Kiswahili, what we missed out because I was rushing, our dashboard should have the same color. You can click on this 9.48, kindly click on it. Then go to this that one, format. There. Then you can check on click on card, you see. I'll share the DAX. Yeah, I'll share the DAX formulas. Okay. You can close that. I just wanted us to scroll through because I've not crammed. Click on general. It just comes out naturally. Title, effects. Click on effects, you see. Because you don't need a title for it. It will make it more noisier. Effects is shadow, blah, blah, no. Let me check on mine. Just a minute. I wanted us to make it to be color blue. so that it looks the same, ama it have a good visual appearance. Just a minute, I check here.
Is it on the value?
On the value, you can try to click on the value. I'm not seeing the screen because I was trying to check. Yeah, you can click, yes, select a
It's
blue.
on the value.
Nice. Then also values, that is value. Now the total sales, the name itself also, or we can leave it black because it's not that bad. Yeah, you can do the same. Okay, when you change one setting for one of the cards, if you click on the other card, it's nice. The same to the other card. Yeah, we can always do the same for these other visuals. Like for our pie chart and the donut chart, we have color blue, then orange. So we might not want this orange because it's making the visual out the dashboard page to not look, let me say, interactive. You can click on one, then go to the other pen, visual format, slicers, click on that slicers, then series, colors. You can scroll. No, I thought it's series. Click on the series part, you see. Drop down, that series drop down.
Where is
The
it?
series drop down, that one. Yeah. You can click on, the orange one is which one? The orange
The
one.
orange one is furniture.
Furniture, yeah. Select furniture. Then color. Yeah, you can, then you can select a color that will be more visual appealing to that. Okay. You try that one.
Is that okay?
The class can also suggest a color that they feel will be more interactive with the blue, or you can select the white or blue. Yeah, I think that is best. Yeah, you can click on the pie chart. It will also land you to this part, so that you do the same. Yeah, nice. Yes, like that. So guys, you will proceed to the other pages. You also do these changes, and then we need to rename our columns and the titles to make it more user-friendly. For a stakeholder who will be consuming this, you can say, this can be total about blah, blah, blah by category. Yeah, you can do more cosmetic things on it, but on my side, I feel we've tried and it's good. I hand over the meeting back to Haron as I try to copy the DAX formulas I share on this chat. Yeah. Haron, back to you.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah, thank you.
Mattermost.
Kwa?
Mattermost.
Okay.
I'm hearing code 7. You have an account, so we can use that to publish. Who's from code 7?
I am. Should I share again, or should someone else share?
Yes. Yeah, kindly share again. Bernard, you've been taken.
Pardon?
Kindly guide us on publishing.
Okay, when you want to publish, you move around the top right over here. I hope everyone can see my cursor. Then you click publish. You choose your name, then select. Yeah, that is how you publish it. I don't know if I should proceed with embedding it. Penta.
Yes, Planet, you should continue with that because it's part of the process. It's very self. And there's some people here who still have issues in as far as publishing is concerned.
So when you've published, you go to just click Power BI, and it will automatically take you to your account. Then you
As we go on, can someone share the credentials that they shared for that email hapo kwa chat so that others can log in?
okay. You click the workspaces. You select. Sorry. You click the workspaces, then you just a minute. You guys can help me. Kind of stuck.
Please create a new workspace. Create a new workspace. Enda kwa workspaces.
Yeah,
Hapo
new
chini kuna
workspace.
new workspace. Weka jina hapo. Eka workshop demo. Usiweke jina yako. So for you, if you're Petronila una create workspace yako inaitwa Petronila na unaipea description. Sasa after that you apply hapo chini. Good, that is done. Now you have your workspace, but it has nothing. So you go to the next step where you go to the, I'm very fast.
No, you're good.
Okay, good. Now, rudi kwa Power BI yako pale ulisave.
Where I saved the Power BI.
Kwa Power BI desktop yako. Publish.
I already published it.
Yeah, let's publish somewhere else. Save. Good. Select workshop demo. Andika tu workshop hapo kwa search. Nisaidia simu yangu. Okay, good. Now it is publishing to that specific workspace that you selected. Now, when you join companies, you meet, they have dashboard for HR, for resource, for loans, for finance, okay, for projects. All those goes to the specific workspaces. So good. Now, if you go back to your workspace,
Here I am. Aaron.
go to Power BI service. Sorry. Okay, you can see how your reports are there. Workspaces helps you make up folders, nice subfolders. So they just help you to categorize your report. Okay. And now you're able, because you can click on any dashboard, click here kwanza. I think that is the dashboard. Yeah, that is the report. If you click, it will open and it tells all those pages. So if you wanted to publish to a web page now, you click on the file. There is somewhere written file. Then add code.
Code 7.
What website? All portal. Good. And again, remember that you have admin portal to this account. So you can change who can see which report. So good. Now you can copy the iframe, go with it in a text editor, create a text editor on your desktop. It's a bad practice. Open a new text editor. Naona tulikuwa tushafanya tena Bernard. Open a new file. There. Create a new file. You can call it something like
Cancel. Create new. Control N.
Chief. Okay, good. Click new. Index.html. You select the file. The easiest way of ever creating a file kwa VS Code, ukienda kwa hiyo specific folder, hapo palimepewa jina, ukienda once you write, inakuletea addition site. Hapo ndio unafaa ku click. Create an HTML file. Did you do that? Mweleze chenye nimesema tu sasa, nafanya the same exact thing alikuwa amefanya last time.
New file.
Okay. Chat was it. Wow.
Ndio hiyo plus sign hapo pale ulikuwa umeclick. Rudi hapo.
Hapo.
Yeah, kuna new file. Click hapo. Ili ucreate that specific folder. Okay, call it like sample or demo.html, anything that you want to call it. But it should be an HTML file. So. Good.
Then I.
Perfect. Now, you have created an HTML file. Go to W3 School or wherever you can. Even ChatGPT can generate for you a simple. Even ChatGPT. Last time we used W3 School.
Yes.
Okay. In HTML page, copy that code. Yeah. Okay, now edit that page, line 8 and 9. Line 8 and 9. Good. Now what you do next is weka enda tu hapo uandike like demo Power BI report.
Pardon?
Weka enda tu. Eka greater than sign. Venye unaona enda zingine zinawekwa. Na tulisema hii ni style kubwa, so ulifaa kwenda usome HTML kidogo. Enda tu. H2.
Enda tu. H2.
H2. Funga. Good. Hapo ndani unaweza andika kitu kama Power BI sample dashboard. Benta, it's okay, you can drop now. I appreciate. Good. Now, on line 9.
Yes.
Now, weka your iframe, the one that is in the Power BI report. So your iframe is the easiest way of embedding. So. It is the easiest way of embedding. Save. Now go to where your file is and then you double click it to open it in the browser. Good. You have to sign in with the exact account. The details were shared in the chat. This is because Ajapia public access to the Power BI report. There is those website that I gave you. So now you need HTML. Then HTML page. I hope it does make sense. Kuna maswali mengi. Tuanze na nani? Tuanze na Grace. Yes.
Hi, Harold.
Rudisha
I'm
page.
I'm
Then
sorry,
rudisha
I can
page.
share my screen. Sorry.
Koja kwanza tupige picha ya Bernard.
Okay.
Just a second. Unaona venye ni rahisi na watu wanalipanga kufanya hizi vitu. Now the problem is now you have to style it and uweke pale inatakikana. I'll show you an example of the website. Yeah, Grace, go on now. Bernard, thank you.
All right, thank you, Harun. I have a question. I don't know whether I can share my screen.
Please do.
Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes. Hii ni assignment unataka tukuonyeshe? Hapana, hii si assignment.
Hapana, si assignment. Ni hii global store analysis nilikuwa nafanya as we're doing it. But sasa ni kwa upload. Hapa.
Hebu turudishie tuone kwenye ripoti yako inakaa.
Guy.
How do you rate it out of 10? Wanasema 3.
3.
It looks good. But inakaa rainbow.
Inakaa?
Rainbow, but it looks good. Especially map na graphs hapo chini, pia hiyo graph ya chini. You know, you don't know the report. Ama hiyo ndio theme ya kampani yako.
Hapana.
It looks good. It looks good.
Okay.
Tuendelee sasa. Ask your question.
Fine. So I'm at this point ya Power BI hapa. Hapa ndo niko start. I've created a workspace. And now I've nimepinya hapa
kwa kwanza ya report, si hapo. Najua shinda mnatakanga kufanya akifanya, mnaweza angalia akifanya. Tuanze hii ya kwanza, job shadowing.
Which one? Where do I go from here?
Page yenye huko. No, usiklik hata hapo. Acha kuclick anything. Okay, relax. Kuna job hapo.
Hapo.
Click on the name.
On the name?
On the name, yeah.
Okay.
Good. Now you are there. Then there is somewhere you can see file. File. Good. Click there. Good. Embed reports. Embed report. Embed report.
Published web.
Nope. Yeah, yenye kwa juu yake, website portal.
Website or portal.
Good. Copy the iframe, the second one. Then now Clinton can guide you on to do the next part. Clinton ataembeda juu kwa website. Anamsikiza.
Hi, Grace.
Hi. Hi, Clinton.
Hi. Okay, now go to your browser. Search the use W3 codes, yeah.
You can use ChatGPT, that's why.
Or you can use ChatGPT.
I'm a VS Code pia kuna shortcut key HTML nini. Take it enough and then a shortcut key yake.
And then you can prompt it to generate a HTML script embedding a page. Yeah.
Me paste here link.
No. Copy.
Okay.
Copy as it is.
Okay, just a minute. I had copied something else.
Si utana nini? History copy.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Windows V.
Oh, Windows V.
Click Windows V kwako.
Just okay, I'm a little confused. Nimecopy sasa hii.
Okay, you copied that, eh?
Yes.
Click Windows V on your PC.
Windows V.
Uko na monitor?
Oh, yeah.
Turn on. So itakuwa ina copy mob. Sasa
Okay.
enda sahi ukopi ile enda nini iframe kuonyesha venye inawaka. It simplifies going back and forth to copy.
Okay.
Iframe copy it also. Now go and paste vitu zenye uko nazo kwa ilikuwa kwa text editor.
Now go to your text editor.
Okay.
That is Notepad. Ushafungua pale.
Or text editor. You want it on VS Code text editor. Okay.
Create a file.
Yep.
Then to iframe waweke the new iframe.
Okay, now delete that iframe.
Windows V. Tumia Windows V kucopy. Yeah, click up.
All right. Now Control S, save it. Save type. Yeah, check. I locate easily. Yeah? Okay. Rename it. Save as HTML.
Uh-oh.
Okay, just save as text.
Oh, as text.
Proceed to click save, and then go to that file when you may save. Now you can rename it. Elect extension. Okay, open with VS.
Open file of VS Code now. More options uko chini.
Yes,
So yeah, funny stuff.
All right. Click on unaona hapo extreme left.
Extreme
left.
Uh-huh.
On your left. Hapo, yeah. Click there.
It was a file moja anaweza click pale juu.
Okay.
Click pale jina iko web pages. Right click.
Okay.
Right click hapo kuna rename unaona?
Kuna?
Itabidi open all folder.
Yeah. Just close the entire VS Code.
Okay.
Open go back.
Where?
Back to that folder. Under that folder, your folder inaitwaje?
Ni hii hapa.
Inaitwaje folder Power BI? Back. Just go back. Back. Right click and then open with VS Code.
You can open the folder using VS Code.
Options. Open with
open git bash here nikuonyeshe kitu.
Open?
Git bash here. Good. Now, andika code space full stop. Enter. Shakubali bwana. Good. Now, rename your file. You know we are doing all this to rename file. Sababu ulifanya makosa. So see it's a lot of things that should confuse you. Enda kwa file yako sasa you click web pages.
Hey.
On it. Right click. Right click. Rename hapa chini. Okay, toa .txt yenye iko hapo mwisho. Ibaki .html.
Enter. Yep. Save. Kosa.
Now go and open it kwa browser. Enda kwa file pale iko saved.
All right, sign in.
Situmii lingine.
Okay, no one contacted me. Unakam kesho? Kesho. Naweza enda nayo pia. Some things that's easier for me. But ilete kesho. Kesho. But usinifanye kaa watu credit. Tunapewa boda unaniingia hapo. Amepata customer sahi. Login. Nafaa kulogin.
Yes, I did. What's happening?
Inakataa.
Basi copy hiyo URL open na ile browser ingine. Copy URL. Copy URL hapo ya. Open na ile browser ingine ulikusha login. Ukosha ni hiyo?
Oh, yenye nisha login. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hii ni sababu haujafanya
public.
Hauja authorize anyone to get access to that file.
A question in relation to that. One of the options for selecting on published web portals, publish to public. Would that make it now, only that link can access it?
I haven't tried, but we can try. Maybe I ready to try. 40?
Mbona hapa imechukua blue na hapa iko green? Ama kuna penye colors? Okay. Fine.
Sasa, si kila mtu ako sorted sasa?
Okay.
Tafadhali, be very keen with the report the way it looks. Sasa, yeah. Sorry?
Aaron?
Someone is?
Yes, Aaron?
Yes, sir.
This is Wilfred.
Tulifanya na wewe, si ndio?
Tulifanya. That process ilinichanganya.
Unakumbuka yenye tulifanya?
Tulifanya na Sublime,
It's all the same. Ball in work. You want to share yours?
Yes. Let me share, please.
Mekwambia, stop. Okay, I'm advising everyone. Stop trying to do what happened in class. Try to have it work. So. Hii ni yenye tumefanya ama ni yenye tulifanya na wewe kitambo? Ilikuwa jana ama ni juzi?
No, what I've been doing since then, nimekuwa tu nikibadilisha this part ya iframe.
But that's what you do as a data analyst. Kazi yako si kuunda web pages. Kazi yako ni kupublish, watumie tu hiyo link. Hiyo iframe. Kazi yako si kuunda web pages.
So we don't need to understand. We don't need to understand what all these mean.
No. Hiyo insight itakupeleka when law for software engineering course somewhere, which are not necessary size. Tumeona ChatGPT kitu generatea. It usually generates very nice code.
Yes, so as long as I have iframe, that's what I can be changing here.
That if you can get iframe, that's all we need from you.
Okay. Then question number 2. This bit, mbona map haionyeshi kwa hii web page?
Nimesaidia mara mingi sana, nimesaidiani pia. Msaidie basi.
Because kwa nini iko kwa Power BI desktop iko sawa. But when you publish, now inapotea.
Double click save.
Iko same. Yeah.
Is the other guy experiencing the same issue?
Bernard, are you experiencing the same issue?
Nope.
The issue of the map.
Yeah.
Yes, especially on Power BI service. Once we publish.
Mine was not actually working, but you told me to download some settings here, and it's still downloading. I'm waiting for them to finish, then I retry.
Kuna pali niliambia kuna admin photo ya Power BI. From there is where they should do this. Unaona venye republish. Enda kwa Power BI service. Power BI service. Good. Kuna pati ya admin photo. Hebu fungua nini? Fungua new tab. Andika Power BI admin photo. From there is where you should do these things. Hit enable for everyone, hit enable for only port.
Should be hapo kwa admin tenant settings.
Yeah. Click chenye amesema. Click. Hii inakaa itahitaji certificate.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, from there is where you can change all those settings. Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question.
We won't spoon feed there. That would be a research. There is someone else with a question.
Yeah, you mentioned something about being bad practice when you were opening the text editor, but you didn't explain what exactly was bad practice. Would you be kind enough to whatever fill in the gaps on the bad practice that we can also look out?
No, happy unaweza nionyesha specifically pale nilisema. Context, very important.
You're opening the text editor to copy whatever the HTML code, and then you say before you did that, you say this is bad practice, and you left it at that. I was expecting you would explain, but then you got taken up by the rest of the detail you were explaining. So I honestly can't make it any better than that.
Today or another day?
Today, as you were doing this very session.
Okay, let's summarize with whatever we are doing is a bad practice. I really can't remember the exact part, so kind of to correct myself or to correct you guys.
It's fine. It's the volume. Thanks.
Miles, kiongozi.
I'm actually not Miles. I'm called Miluk. Miles is my son. So I'm using his email. I created an email in his name, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't remember, but software engineering, good practices and bad practices, we should not concern you, at least not for now. If you're doing data analysis, unless you're doing data engineering, that would be another issue now. But even it's too hardy, especially for code 7, to mind about that.
Haron.
Yes, Eric.
Hi. So mimi niko nyuma kidogo.
Eric tulikuwa na kona ilikuwa Friday ama nini?
Friday.
Friday na tukafanya nikawa so umebaki nyuma mbona?
Hapana, okay, nilirudi na nika try ku catch up.
Ukurekodi?
What I don't have sijui ku create workspace. Sina where I can publish.
Si tulipeana credentials na zimekuwa shared click then.
Okay, yes, I have the credentials. The
so
process
share screen.
Okay.
Share screen. You have a nice one hapa. Let me see it. Nyinyi mnafanya nini? Hii umefanya tu saa hizi. Sasa jua kuongeza logo hapa. Sawa. Hapa mwisho kuenda kwa logo.
Najaribu figure out how to put hii juu.
Juu
Like amount iko chini na iko nini.
sasa si unaleta tu chini.
I want unaona kama hii
all the figures and
figure chini description juu.
Sini hapa. Enda kwa general. Figure out hapo. Yeah. Your question is workspaces. Did you log in? Go to desktop Power BI service. The one that you logged in kwa web.
Hapa.
Go enda hapo kwa workspaces. Workspaces. Hapo chini imeandikwa nini?
Ni workspace.
Click hapo. Si hapo unaweka jina yako ya workspace tu. Hivyo tu. Elek.
Hiyo ndio kitu ilikuwa ina miss. Alafu nini yangu bodi yangu ilikuwa sawa. So vile tumechange hizi colors ime disappear.
Bwana maps colors zenye zimefanya maps disappear. Si naandikwa hapo maps and filters maps. I think hii iko kwa web, si ndio? Ama iko kwa BI. Yeah, ni venye amelogin. So maps haziko enabled kwa hiyo account. So lazima mmoja wenu wa sacrifice afanye research pale kwa portal enable maps. Yeah.
Okay.
But una click apply hapo chini after umemaliza kuweka jina yako na description. Always pray with this part in data kusaidia kuformat. So iko canvas. So hapo ndio unasema pale utaweka grade ama hub. So any other question, Grace? Hi.
So
Grace uko code 7.
Grace na code 7.
Grace. Grace, you have your hand raised. And we can't hear you. Nyambu bado kwa class.
Oh, I don't know what has happened to Nini. Okay. Yeah, so I was asking in the event ni update, for example, I've updated the colors. Kwa nini nikiwa the Nini the HTML one, it's not updating also.
Hiyo ni theme ya page tu. So hapo unachanging tu na CSS yako. Do you remember the page I shared? There was a page that I shared a website. Au ameuda tu professionally. Wewe kazi yako ni kupeana theme. Hiyo ingine ni kazi ya front-end engineers kufigure out.
Oh.
Yeah. Nyambu mnajuana na Grace, mnafaa kuwa very good friends.
Why? What did you think?
No, seriously.
Tafadhali, make sure you know mnajuana. You have that inaitangwaje energy. You don't, which is the best way to learn actually. You don't let things pass. Lazima uelewe.
Ako cohort 6.
No, I'm in cohort.
Ako cohort 7. Intern, I will get your numbers. Grace, text your number. Nita connect nyinyi wawili.
Mimi nataka kuconnectiwa na ule Maina. Akisi hako anaitwa Maina. The person who taught me about AI agents. Na umemuita?
Clinton. Mlijifunzana ya agent.
See, last time our agent was number 57.
Oh, mlikonga group moja na yeye?
Yeah.
Alikuwa ameketi wapi?
There you go.
Mwenye alikuja juzi. So,
mwenye nilikuja huyo.
Nyinyi hata mnakaa na Nyambu karibu. You're so close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think akoroka. Na uko tu hapo. Bano ama something. So, unaweza connect.
Hapana, kwetu sio banana. Kwetu ni Dendero.
Dendero, it's the same. Actually, Dendero ndio mbali. Anyway, yeah, text me. I will get you Clinton's number. Make it to up. Anything else?
Thank you.
I'm about to end the session up. Someone is calling. Hello.
Yes, Boni. Sema.
Hello, mambo.
Okay. Yes, Boni.
Sasa, how are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Yes. So this is my first day here.
Yes, karibu.
Asante. Na someone mentioned this group to me because I also do that data analysis.
Okay.
So he told me there is a community somewhere. Na actually, amenipea hii link.
Ah.
Yeah. So I think I'm in the right place.
Okay, karibu.
Yeah. Asante.
If
So
you
how
seek more information,
yes,
you can call that number on the chat. Tasaidika.
Nimeona yenye kwa website hiyo 96.
Okay, I think there are 2 or 3 numbers. You can call either and then you will be guided.
Okay, sawa. Asante sana.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brian.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out how to enable that tenant thing for the map, but I don't seem to see it on the
Sorry?
admin portal.
Sorry?
What Harun said we do to enable, to allow us to see the maps, because I also have the same problem.
Yes.
When I publish, I can't.
He mentioned that we'll do, each one of us will do further research on that to enable the settings from the admin portal, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I found how to do it. I just can't find the settings.
Okay. Then I'll pass the same to Aaron.
Yeah.
Alafu atasaidia from there.
Okay. Mwambie tu kwa admin portal kunafaa kuwa na.
Remember, we're on the last Thursday of the month, ideas, and it's all about the budget today. And the big idea comes from the 100+ planning calls that I've been doing with all the new members of the S&P Plus this past month. And my big question is, what is the big deal about a newsletter? So with that said, let's do this poll, because I do want to collect a little data. Have you sent a newsletter this year?
Miles, please
So,
mute.
interesting. 4% said yes, I sent my very first one.
Is it
23% said yes, I sent a few additional time. So that, look at that.
Oh, I thought someone was asking a
Can the admin mute him?
Is he asking a question?
Is he asking a question or what?
It's
a background.
I think he's researching something.
On the admin settings.
Clinton.
Yes.
Can you walk me through the embedding?
The embedding.
Yeah.
Okay. Share your screen.
Mary.
Yeah.
Tumemwisha tena.
I think it was different. Tulikuwa monsha creating a workspace. Sindio? Eric.
Yeah.
Chini.
Header icon.
Just share screen.
Okay. So here I am.
Okay, click on super data. Super data. Then click on where you can see file once it has loaded.
Okay. File.
Embed website bottom.
Copy the iframe. Copy.
You know, you don't have to use, we just use one option, which is iframe. There are 3 other options that could embed.
Okay, I've copied.
You haven't copied directly, you copy kila kitu kwa hii page.
Nimecopy.
Good. So that embed the last part.
Okay, generate the script, HTML script. Prompt GPT. Generate a HTML script to embed Power BI dashboard.
Harun, leo tuko na class.
I don't think there's a class today.
There is no class today, it was just a workshop. So far, we got today.
All right. Delete that hyphen.
Iframe.
Yeah. I paste the one you copied.
Oh.
No. Undo. Control Z. Go to your copy. Okay. Control S.
Control S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Umeka space.
Wapi?
Okay.
Full stop.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
right click on it. Hii Sublime unaweza right click alafu open in the browser. Open in browser. Okay. Have you opened in your browser?
Yeah.
Right click. Good. Now you have to be logged in. If not, haitaonyeshana. Kuna hizo but za advanced, but I don't think at least code 7 means this. Okay. You don't need it at the moment. Watch me with nitangoja.
Eric uko sawa, si ndio?
Eric, you're sorted.
Yes. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi there.
niko na swali.
Yep.
Do we get login details for Mattermost, or how does one gain access?
You're in code
7.
Code 7, come on. Situlituma. Uko Mattermost.
Mimi no.
Si wewe nauliza student mwenye ako hapa.
Oh,
There's a link that was sent in your class. Why didn't you join?
I bet sijaiona hiyo link.
Text ile support number utatumiwa.
Pardon?
Nacha hiyo. Text the support number tutasaidiwa ku login tena.
Okay, thank you.
I think we're done for today. We will share the recording once it's done. Have a great day, everyone.
Dogo Harun.
Yep, Susan.
Hello. Nilikuwa
Yes.
nauliza kama naweza kwa nini ya SQL.
Kwa nini? Uko code 7, unataka code 6 unataka kuingia code 7?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Just for SQL though.
Mnajana na command ama mbona nakucheka?
Yeah, tunajuana.
So I will just text the support number utaweka.
Okay.
Kuna kitu ingine? Kama una maswali unatoka ili tukibaki watu kaa 20 at the session.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Collins.
Yes, Collins Muindi. Hapo kwa share the report, where can one set and determine who should access the report and who shouldn't?
Yeah, tumesema ni kazi ya admin side, so you leave it at that point. Code 7, sindio?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will talk about it later.
All right, thank you.
Tumebaki watu 12 out of the end session. Simtoke tubaki 20. Tafadhali. If you don't have a question, toka tu. We'll have so many, especially for code 7, we'll have so many workshops on Power BI, so you don't have to worry about it. Omeketi. Do, please.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
excited and related
In
to
your
see.
top. Me too.
Where's my name?
You what's in your top?
Udi.
Oh.
Milka, I've added you to GitHub.
Figure it out somewhere. Ile nilikuwa nakuja ile bunjo. Ile nilikuwa nakuja ile bunjo. So I watch another one. Or you give me for free. Or you give me for free.
Hi, Aaron. I hope you're well. Kuna mwingine anataka kuwaka proxy. Mr. Commander.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, ambia watu watoke waende. Ili session iishe. Want to be left with few.
It's 14, 13. Done.
Walikuwa on something, on 17. Alialize si
ulikuwa umetumia link online.
Hapana. Wote ni classmates wenu. 7 na 6. Mko 4.